All right, welcome back, everybody, to DangIT Prodcast, the show where we talk about video games, manga, anime. My name is Justin.
Mike.
I'm Aniyah.
And welcome back, everybody. Aniyah, good to see you.
Hold on.
Yeah?
Hold on. Was that all in sync?
Yeah, that was good. Or at least I think that was good timing. I personally thought that was good timing.
First.
Oh, well.
It just felt like me and Mark were talking at the same time.
Oh, you're talking about that. Well, no. You guys are good.
Dude. Bro, we're so cooked. Hold on.
What do you mean?
This connection is booty.
I guess just to give everyone context.
Hold on.
Okay. I'll save my contextual stuff for later. Shout out to everyone who's tuning in.
Because, bro,
we got an exciting week of things to talk about, but
hold on,
or at least a recap, if anything. What are you doing? Also, that's a great idea. I know you're just you're screen mirroring everything.
Out here. I'm so laggy right now too. And the screen mirror. No, it's not even funny anymore. This thing isn't working.
No, I got it. No. I can see it just fine.
Oh.
Yeah, I know what you're typing. Actually, now you got flipped. Wait, nah, it's the orientation was originally good for us. Now it's flipped.
It was?
It was, yeah. I promise.
You're killing me. Anyway, how's everybody doing?
I'm doing well here. Cannot complain.
Yeah, doing all right.
You know, the tough thing is I have to be mindful of how the flow of the conversation goes because the delay is crazy.
I just noticed you have to text.
Yeah, that orientation was originally good.
I have to assume.
Is the text backwards?
Well, I think it's kind of weird because when you're doing, you put it on the side. People were listening to the podcast just purely through audio. I'm sorry, but it's so much funnier when you're watching it visually.
It's to the side and upside down.
It's still it's still in reverse for us, but it's now on the side.
Okay.
It's like Spider-Man. It's like Spider-Man climbing backwards.
I don't know why when I saw that I see booty ass in it. I immediately thought of that ABBA and Preach song, "Booty Queef."
Boys being boys.
Oh, there we go. We got a better orientation.
Just boys being boys.
Yeah, the orientation.
I mean,
the text orientation is now Spider-Man climbing, but he's climbing with his back, and his arms are just out there.
So bad. Oh man, this is so bad. Oh my god.
It's interesting when you're working with Discord because everything looks mirrored. The way I have it set up for the actual screen for everyone else to see is that I'm using just the main camera. If I use Discord, then it's gonna reverse me. Reverse it.
Yeah, it's annoying. I always try to put on the virtual camera with OBS so I can work with it.
Oh yeah. I wonder if that's causing a delay.
If it's backwards for you guys, I'm looking at OBS and maybe we could probably turn off the virtual camera and see if that'll work.
Yeah, we can experiment just a little bit. Yeah, that's fine. I guess I can give it the contextual stuff now. Yeah, we're currently trying to assist. We're just doing a little bit of testing on Aniyah's side because his internet's been kind of not reliable these days.
His internet is struggling.
Providers,
it's going through it. That's what it is. It's a long week of work.
Oh my god! Looking at the performance on my computer stats is crazy. Let me All right. So wait, hold on. Let's lay out a list of things that we're going to talk about.
Oh yeah, for sure. Do you know what? Mark, you brought it up. We could talk just a little quick briefly now that we actually have a lot more real estate to really talk about that. We can talk about manga. We can talk a little bit about anime. And then we'll jump into like the big news, which is pretty much like Nintendo like heavy as far as like the indie showcase, the partners partner showcase, indie world. And then we can talk a little bit about, I'm not sure if we have much to talk about Star Wars, but I wanted to at least acknowledge that. And then we can talk about Zelda as well.
Now I'm waiting for a night to start bouncing around the screen like the old DVD menu. Why are you upside
down? Immediately walked it back.
Audio
listeners, and he's manipulating stuff. Oh, okay. I'm not sure if that's the appropriate orientation for you, Naya. I totally forget like what that shirt is as far as like the pattern on it. And unfortunately, there's not there's not a lot of stuff like on like your side that tells me it's reversed or not.
Aha! I had to look at.
You look at the feedback.
The Twitch live stream. Yeah. Oh my god!
Now it's upside down. No.
I think we're good.
Okay.
All right. I think everything's fine now.
Okay.
Well,
Mark, take it away.
Holy.
Yep. As everyone knows, MHA ended.
We talk manga.
Yeah, manga. As you see, MHA ended. So now JJK is about to end at the end of September, and so a lot of people have been talking about, well, Black Clover moved to Jump Giga, so it's like a monthly basis, and that's already in its final arc.
Oh.
And so the big thing is, back in 2015, the new generation was started because, Naruto ended, Bleach ended, and that basically, and that only left One Piece as the remaining survivor of that generation. And that's when the new generation started, which was My Hero, Black Clover, and Jujutsu Kaisen. You could probably include Demon Slayer. Demon Slayer was shorter than the others.
Yeah, but it was shorter.
Yeah, but given that generation is now coming to a close, it would appear that we are now going to be witnessing the start of the next generation. And so far, from the next generation, we have some potentials, but it seems to be the leader of the new generation so far would be from everyone's favorite meme turned into an actual good series, which is Kagurabachi.
Oh, yes.
Actually, really good series. Would recommend reading.
Also, now you... okay, no, right. I was like... Camera lagged a little bit.
It is looking good, and I imagine anime is inevitable. I get you,
I gotcha.
I imagine anime is inevitable. It's as good as it's doing, and on top of that, it just won an award for best manga in print right now.
That's good. Shouts out Almighty
new mangas there.
I didn't even know that.
And I know that it's gotten a sign off from Kishimoto. Kishimoto's approved of it. I know Horikoshi recommended the manga. So I was like, man, Horikoshi really just looked at Kagurabachi and said, "You're next."
I wouldn't. I'm not sure if he really said exactly like that, but he did give it a high praise.
Right, but I would say that, and on top of that, it turns out the authors of Black Clover, Jujutsu Kaisen, Bleach, and My Hero, all 4 mangaka, are going to be judging a competition to give an award for a shonen battle manga competition, essentially, where the winner, who is chosen by all 4, will be given a prize and a spot in the magazine with a new series.
That's good. Also, I'm just saying, giving shouts to people jumping in the chat. How's it going?
They are really searching for that golden goose right now. If they're bringing in these people who made these huge hits, like some of the most well-known series in the magazine.
You know what? I think that's good forward thinking, and also just a fun thing to do, because obviously, like, a lot of them have just walked out the door, and that does cause a rift in just the common people just jumping in. How are you going to keep that same audience engaged when their favorite series has just ended? So for them to actually personally hand it off to whoever is the next big battle like shonen, then I guess I would help with all the publicity for that upcoming series. So I think it's a good call.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And of course, like we're talking about battle shonens. We're not talking about like, say, like for example, like what's a very popular shonen from the digital manga right now.
I
Like
think Blue Box.
There's Blue Box, or there's Kaiju number 8, which is another one that's also like, because Kaiju number 8, I was worried it might be ending soon, but it looks like it's not. So I would count Kaiju number 8 as a possible thing in the next generation. And of course, there's also Ruri Dragon, but that's not a battle. It's more of a slice of life.
What about that dog apartment one?
The dog apartment one, bro. That shit is honestly wholesome.
Okay, so no battles, like, no battling.
No, yeah, there's no really battles included in that. So it's like, in terms of the battle shonens that we're used to, it's like it's a thing to speculate. It's a thing to wonder, like, who is going to be in this next generation? How is it going to be? Because we've seen the generation end once before. That's how a lot of people felt that way when Naruto and Bleach ended. They were like, well, what's going to happen now?
True.
And it's when Black Clover came out along with My Hero and Jujutsu Kaisen. And now that that's over, everyone's like, well, fuck, where do we go from here?
Well, clearly we still got One Piece.
Yes, One Piece has survived so many generations. And it's finally entering its final saga. Bro, what are you going to do when One Piece ends? Like, what is Jump going to do when One Piece ends?
An eye on the hot mic, please.
Dog, I'm pretty sure I made the right call. I'm pretty sure One Piece is gonna end when I'm like 35. I think that's about right.
Realistic take, but
and you know
still
what?
really funny.
And even then, I could be wrong because somebody made a recall to Oda saying that One Piece is gonna end in 5 years. 5 years ago, so don't trust that man.
Don't trust the damn thing.
Trust him to cook, not to give an end date.
You're not good. What if he was straight up honest to that wish child and said, honestly, kid, I don't really know. I'm give a buck with you.
Hey,
give it a buck with you. I really don't know. It's a good ending. I'll trust you on that. Okay. He's just gone. With all the hopes and dreams passed on.
I think like it was like what is it? The thing that's happening right now. I don't know if people are even catching up to the manga, but like we're finally getting to a place we've been waiting on that's been talked about for a while. So sure, maybe that's what like Oda's mentioning as far as what's gonna be like the fucking the signal to everything getting ready to go off. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean they kind of did with like in the manga, like they just because I did like read a few. I've been reading like the recent arc, and I was like, oh, would you look at this? It seems like, oh yeah, they're just putting a lot of info people have been wondering on blast right now.
Yeah, honestly, the
lot of
thing
theories.
was I forgot how long it's been, but I guess like right after Wano, manga wise, they mentioned that since fucking things been going through like what, like how many generations can we say One Piece technically went through, like 2 or 3 or something now? I don't know what it'll count as a generation for a lifespan with manga, but yeah,
I would
right.
say 2 or 3.
I would say like there was what's that thing after the point in Wano, people who just hop into One Piece at that point. There's been like recap all the time. So like you can do things. You may have missed out on like some of the investment, of course, for not sticking around for it, but you can still get like the major points on top of new info if you start after one. So I mean,
yeah, you can just get the spark notes essentially.
I guess so.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I got the spark notes for Pirate Warriors 4.
That's why they keep reinvesting in it.
Right? They stopped at they're in Wano and Pirate Warriors 4.
Yeah, I was just saying that's the thing. It's like obviously I'm missing a couple things because I haven't watched the series or read it. So obviously there's more between this that I'm not getting. But the major plot points and all the important bits you need to know are there.
Dude, they should just make a Pirate Warriors 5 at this point. They just been
we need to go to Egghead.
They keep adding to it.
Egghead, and part where he's 5, they'll let you play as Egghead, and your head's gonna be 5 stories tall.
Give me the best version of Luffy. But no, fuck. What's the other nonsense? Yeah, no, man. Back to the whole like manga scene in general with Shonen Jump. They're definitely waiting for like their big hit. But I think
so far it's
there's just been a bunch of series. I don't know if like what I have is all Shonen Jump.
Oh, shouts to Phil in the chat.
That's what I'm hoping. Good. That's probably the. Oh yeah.
Right, and of course, all of this is in reference to Jump's big 3. Of course, there's other mangas out there like Gachi Akuda and stuff like that are getting really, really big right now.
Yeah. Honestly, is this Shonen Jump? I don't know if this is Shonen Jump. This also, what do I have?
Also, I guess
Manga Plus, the Manga Plus app.
It's Jump.
All right, go ahead.
It's their digital magazine.
Mm.
But I was going to say that there was an interview recently with Toyotaro. He has confirmed that he's coming. Super's coming back, and he said look forward to more exciting battles.
All right.
I was like,
oh yeah, Dragon Ball Super.
Tori, I'm gonna be so proud of you, man.
Man, dude. Honestly, like Dragon Ball might actually like carry the generation as well, if that were to happen.
Right, a lot of people are saying like move Boruto back to the magazine. I was like, that's not happening.
I believe so. Oh, okay. Hold on. Okay, when it comes to Boruto, I think at some point I want to. I'm gonna have to at some point because it's been on my feed a lot.
I've been reading Blue Vortex. It's not bad.
They praise like some foreshadowing that they praise some foreshadowing that they did, and I'm like, I don't think the foreshadowing is going to be that crazy. But I want to at least give it a shot because I always figure like there's like missed opportunities when it comes to that series. And they keep fumbling from what I'm seeing.
Yeah, that's because like
I can't say it's a lot, but every time I hear something about Boruto,
Kishimoto had to come back and try to fix what happened.
Oh, that's not good.
And I mean, because that's the thing, Kishimoto is back in charge, and he's like, "Okay, let me fix this." I mean, Blue Vortex,
crazy though.
Blue Vortex hasn't been bad so far from what I've seen.
Oh, also another thing I want to throw in. I'm not a huge fan of this. Okay. Unless we're talking about, because we're going to tie into something.
Ooh, that was weird.
Kishimoto's manga that didn't do well.
Samurai 8.
Samurai 8.
Oh yeah.
Like it didn't do well, and I don't remember much of it, so it was kind of bad. But I'm not gonna shit down his throat about it. There's people who gave him shit about it, and I was like, I don't know, man. Just didn't know. Like, it kind of sucks though.
Wait. Actually, like, slow down. Aniyah, wait, hold on. Like your internet's like at speak right now. I was like, holy shit, I can't keep up.
I like how as soon as you told him,
done out here. I gave you a warning.
As soon as you told him, he started leveling out.
This is
okay. All right. Yes. Yeah. Sorry, guys. We have to like slow down for a little bit.
I can't drop gems at this connection speed.
It's kind of rough. Just for everyone who's watching like at home right now, it's kind of rough right now. We were kind of coasting for a little bit. But I have noticed that like whenever Aniyah's talking, like there are points where like it cuts off and then resumes back where it was, so it wasn't too bad. But now it's like it's starting to like overlay itself in lag, if that makes any sense.
Bro is living in a PowerPoint right now.
We're scuffed right now.
We'll
bro,
we'll try to resolve it, but yeah, just want to.
Well,
he's starting to sound. He's got auto tunes on.
You guys want to just keep conversating with your solid matches, all right? Booty, I can't do anything.
Booty queen.
Give him a minute.
Boys being boys.
I can't. I was like, I was on a roll, and it just let me die. Like, why?
Damn, dude.
But poor Aniyah, bro.
I feel bad. The pan was like starting to sizzle, and then someone just turned off the heater. So just like that.
Bro was cooking. Bro was cooking with gas, and the tank just said,
"Oh, fuck it, bro." So let's talk video games.
No, hold on. I was really curious about your point. Now, is there a way for us to like kind of deliver? He walked off. Oh God,
he said, "Man, fuck this."
Oh no!
Oh.
Wait, not too much action. Not too much action. Not too much action.
Hey yo!
Hey yo! Oh,
I'm so sad, y'all. my Saturday's ruined, bruh.
boy.
This is so bad. So you guys want to talk video games? You know, manga is cool, but
Manga
what about
is cool.
that
Manga's
wisdom
cool.
of what's that shit with Zelda?
The wisdom.
What's that shit with Zelda?
You mean wisdom?
Yeah, you know what the fuck it is the thing with Zelda.
The thing with Zelda, Link, right?
Link.
These speed ups, these slowdowns, these like like PowerPoint like slides they're killing me, dude. I'm not giving you the full course, and he doesn't even know it. He's ascended beyond his own comedy.
Don't mind me.
He is discussing on a plane that we can't comprehend.
I think right now, like, it's stuck on like an image. Oh, there it is.
You see a picture of Aniyah hanging from a branch that says, "Hey in there, baby."
No.
He's just holding it with his hands. He's holding on to the branch.
Wait, do you guys know about that? There was that guy. No. You know what, guys? Just I'm. Oh no! What happened?
Right now, Aniyah's like that one little button hanging off of like a big chest girl's like button up, just like
hang in there, button Sean.
Hang in there. He's Spider-Man holding down like the entire train.
Aniyah's just trying to hold his connection.
He had this ready already. Waiting for a signal. Thank you, Aniyah. Everything that you do, even if it isn't like on purpose.
Look at his groovy glasses.
Yeah, that's actually nice. He got that commissioned, actually.
Nice.
Yeah, we're gonna need to help the boy out with some internet speeds. We gotta help him out.
He's starting to GoFundMe for my internet. You really gonna do me like that? What the fuck? Oh my God!
Start a GoFundMe for who said that? Who said that?
Oh yeah, guys. I'm just look, I'm in the void. Just go ahead and pull up your just pull up your list of topics. I'll just be here to be like, yeah. It just do you think?
Okay.
Why did you say that? Why did you say that like the Family Guy bit with the African American heart mother? Yeah.
It's rough out here, everybody. Okay. Any last things about maybe like
Signal did? I'm done.
any last things about like just the manga scene right now? Because I think everyone's like brought some pretty good points as far as like where we're gonna be.
I'm very curious to see where the next generation is gonna go, because there's always gonna be the next generation's few pieces that we're like, holy shit, this is so good. I'm very curious to see what's gonna happen.
Also, I'm gonna power up my little AC guy. It's hot in here now. Now you're bringing in the comedy.
All that cooking I was doing. Then you guys turn off the stove.
All that cooking.
I didn't turn off the stove. I didn't mean to anyway. I could have let you cook, but I'm not sure if everyone would have gotten everything.
Justin just said to oil the pan first.
Not enough cooks.
It's a non-stick pan.
But yeah, I haven't really been keeping up with the manga scene, so it's kind of been hard for me to really see that. Except for what was it? That one show that's actually locked away through Hive Dive and whatnot. Well, actually, a lot of them are. But that's had a manga for a good while too. It's just a shame that one, I don't remember the name, and two, well, actually no, it's not even High Dive. It's Disney. That's the problem. But that's a whole anime like talk. But essentially, yeah, there are a lot of good shonen out there that just don't really get that level spotlight versus the main popular ones.
When you said Disney, there's three things that came to mind. You could be talking about either
it could be one of those three.
Yozakura family.
That one, yes.
Undead Unluck.
Yes, that's actually really good too. Like, wait.
Here's the thing. I agree because Yozakura family and Undead Unluck are super underrated. Like, they are actually such good series in Jump that do not get the attention they deserve.
I agree.
Thanks.
That actually came through perfectly fine.
Crystal clear.
It's like,
but yeah, they're honestly, really good.
That's what I say. I want to say they both feel like they're getting close to their ending, which is why I wouldn't include them in the next. They're part of the current generation, not the next generation.
Yeah. But they've been out there for
How
like
delayed
quite a
am
while.
I if I type in chat? I wonder how slow that is.
Let's do a call response to Aniyah. Do you like One Piece? Type that in chat. Just type that in chat. Let's just see how big a delay that is actually. I'm actually really curious.
2 hours later.
That's feasible for chat. But for like conversations, maybe not as much. But if you want to like add in your inputs through there, then we can make that work.
Bro, Phil out here Phil out here saying Phil out here saying One Piece is trash and his whole ass looking like Blackbeard.
That's disrespectful. You know what? There's another show Shonen series. It's not battle or anything, but it's one that's been showing up and it's been consistent. Was it Kani? Banashi? It's the one where she did like these different shows and whatnot. I don't know where it's going now, but surprisingly, it's been holding up for a while.
Soul Killer. He said Blackbeard physique is wild.
Man, dude.
Built like Blackbeard, that's all kinds of disrespectful. There's some soul searching you have to do.
Now Mark's dying.
I made the joke of Phil look like Blackbeard. I was like barely serious at all, and they're just like, "Yo, built like Blackbeard physique is wild."
Ooh, but I'm good. I'm good on the Shonen talks and manga.
What was the name of the series you were saying just a second ago?
Oh, what was it? Akane Banashi?
Akane, but yeah, I know what you're talking about. I've heard it's a good series.
Mm-hmm. But I'm not sure if that's exactly what they're looking for. I think they're really going for like battle, like heavy, like shonen for their top end.
Right, like that's like,
yeah.
In terms of like the next generation of what you'd usually see in Jump.
Yeah. So I'm guessing, yeah, even though there's going to be loads and loads of like shonens like throughout the years, it's really the battle ones that really drive the market for them, and therefore they have to keep pushing it.
Right, and we've had some jump stickouts like say like Food Wars or Dr. Stone.
That's true, yeah.
What was those eyebrows?
He really just, and then he just cut out.
He asserted dominance and then cut out. Man really just sat here, did a T-pose, and then jumped out. What the fuck?
Oh, jeez, dude. Okay, yeah, we can move on to other stuff right now. Should we? I think we should go relatively chronologically. I know we kind of like hinted at Zelda, but I definitely want to kind of like save that for like a little bit later, because I think the main course is like the Nintendo's Indie World and Partner Showcase. Let's see. I'm actually going to go ahead and pull it up real quick. Although at this point, I should have, actually, wait a minute. I think I actually have, the whole thing right here on the iPad, and I'll just use that as a reference point going forward. Yeah, that'll totally work. So, I think that was Tuesday, right? It was announced on Monday. We had the, confirmation from Nintendo. They were going to have a Indie World. They also had a Nintendo, Partner Showcase happening all at once, 40 minutes on Tuesday. On a Tuesday. And so as I'm going ahead and pull this up.
On a Tuesday. Yep.
Got you, girl. Wait. See, I'll just go and like scroll through this. And you know what? I don't think we have to go verbatim. I think we could just totally just jump off of things that like really caught our attention. But we'll go ahead and get started with like the Indie World stuff. I will say I've seen a lot of Balatro. Balatro is like that one card based game, and I don't know too much of the premise on that one, except for the fact that just what was it? It's Devolver Digital.
I love Solitaire.
Yeah, and the fact that they'll eventually get like a physical out there, and yeah, I think that was like announced. But they had an announcement where they were taking like 3 different franchises and putting them like into like the card game, and then that was going to be a whole free DLC. Crazy. I think it's Friends with Jimbo. That's what they call it. That's The Witcher, that's Among Us, that's Dave the Diver. Actually 4. Because I was gonna say Castlevania, but no. Vampire Survivors. Jesus. But yeah, but it's a free update, it's available now.
Good Lord.
Pretty nice. Oh! We didn't really actually no, because I was talking to Phil about this yesterday since he wasn't gonna be here today. And we were kind of at the same point where it's like, oh yeah, Neva was there, and that looks great. I've never played Grist, but like what I've seen of Neva so far is visually striking. Looks so good. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. That's October. Yeah, it's October 15th. There was a couple other games that actually showed up as well over there. Stop me if you find anything interesting, or you guys remember anything as well. I'll give shout outs to Coffee Talk. I didn't realize like Coffee Talk would be something that would just be like a mainstay or a very consistent series, because like what, there's like 3 of them so far. That was like the original. I think there's one for, is there one for Valhalla? I keep hearing that a lot, but I guess relatively now what they wanted to talk about here was Coffee Talk Tokyo.
I agree.
Thank you. I don't know which point they agree on, but thank you. They also have a free DLC for, well, is it free? Yeah, it is free DLC for Sea of Stars happening next year. The thing that stood out to me is the fact they actually had like a boss fight sequence with the on-moving terrain, which is a little nice nod to what, if I recall, that was Final Fantasy, one of them. In any case, we're literally doing the same thing. It's pretty good. And the fact it is free. But we got a weird Power Wash Simulator like update featuring Shrek. I don't know what the talks were as far as licensing involved, but they did it.
They couldn't afford Mike Myers, I promise you.
100%, they did not have him included. But the swamp was free real estate at that point, so fair enough. Yeah, I guess because Shrek doesn't even live there anymore. So what are they gonna say? Oh, I should probably point out this one game. It looks disgusting, but also like I like the art style too. It's morsels.
Oh, morsels?
Yeah. It looks gross, man. But also it looks good too. It's one of those things where it's like I wouldn't want to be in that world. I wouldn't touch anything in that world.
Vomit in motion.
In fact, the title text it's just your intestines. And then did everything. Yeah, we could just move on beyond that. Peglin, that's an interesting one. And then there was something else that showed up here. I'm not sure if anyone's played Pico Park before, but Pico Park 2 is showing up.
And she got more delayed than Cyberpunk.
I've seen friends play it.
Yeah. Oh, it was actually available later, like that day as well.
Yeah.
Sweet. And then that's when we got the a little bit of montage here. We had Shovel Knight, Shovel Hope DX, which is essentially just the best version of Shovel Knight with all the new add-ons that they have, just all in one package. So pretty sweet. Europa was that one that we saw like a while back, and it actually is like the most like stunning thing I've seen, like as far as like indie stuff. Like, oh, at least rather, I guess I'm a fan just of the art style for that one. But I'm not sure if I'd really be down for like the gameplay stuff itself. But Europa, pretty nice.
Europa's pretty.
Europa.
Cruising here. I'll skip a couple of these ones. Metal Slug Tactics looks pretty good, and I guess we don't really have a hard like release date on that one. That's just fall of 2024. I could have sworn I heard about the release date though, somewhere. But in any case, we do know the release date of this next one. That's the Plucky Squire. That's coming out next month, 17th. Less than a month actually from now.
Injecting into my veins. I need that today.
It's good. That's probably one of the best like looking like indies I've ever seen so far. And Pizza Tower, which Phil through the roof with that one, because we had a discussion about this, predictions really, and he just kind of asked for it. He was just like, if we could just get Pizza Tower on Switch, I could die happy. And rest in peace, Phil.
Like manifested the game.
We manifested a lot during that prediction. Well, actually, I should probably hold that until like once we get there. But I threw just a random one out there. It came true. I was like, holy, what? Crazy stuff. But that was a pretty solid like indie world. Can't really complain about that. Because typically, I think,
nice.
Honestly, like if you could find one thing.
Ibrahim is being mean. Ibrahim.
Hold on, what is he? Oh, what does he say? No Silk Song news. Well, that should be a given now. Honestly, as far as I'm concerned, I don't know. I don't even know about that game. I don't even know. What we talk about? Who?
The wound's still there and it hurts, bro.
Oh, you're talking about Hollow Knight, but
why would you?
Our gone.
I'm just saying, bro. You should never have your hopes up for Silk Song.
The wound is still there. Don't bring it up.
If you do that, you did it to yourself.
Yeah, honestly, protect yourself. Don't think about Silk Song.
Because here's the thing: it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen, but it's not gonna happen anytime that you think it's gonna happen.
Never. As far as I'm concerned, it's not happening.
It'll be ready when it's ready.
Yeah, that good old Tomb Raider release date.
I have grandkids by then.
God.
That's what I'm saying, bro. It'll be ready when it's ready.
Honestly, people have already made their own like Hollow Knight games at this point. And fine, we'll do it ourselves type of mentality. But yeah, otherwise
we'll do it ourselves.
It's great.
Hey, listen, if that's gonna drive like your development team to like work on something that will make you recognized, then all the better for you. I do feel bad for Phil though, because we are going to talking to we're talking like big Nintendo like showcase stuff, and unfortunately
we could hold it out for him.
I mean, I suppose so, but he could also come back to it. I think we would rather instead like have that be like the common thing where if you had something that you wanted to bring up from like last week, you would just simply just kind of bring it up. because this is kind of like a meaty one too. So
wait, why not put that fool on Discord mobile?
Well, what do you mean?
Yeah, Discord mobile. Yeah,
Discord mobile.
Hold on, wait, because I was thinking about it from my like the Discord app on your phone, and then just do a voice call.
Well, I mean, I guess he could, but he might be busy. I mean, like because the main reason that he's not available is because
he said nah, fuck all that.
You know, I think Aniyah's in the right to express his feelings this way.
It's Phil, so yeah, I get it.
Nah, dude, you should have
Phil gets on it. Phil gets on his case all the time, so I get it.
Yeah, I get it. I also want to say that Phil essentially submitted a DangIT Prodcast like PTO to me like in advance, because he pretty much told me like he was not gonna be available for like a good while, at least consistently. Nah. But that just has to be the thing in the latter half of the he'll be all right. Listen, if any one of you wants to like drop a call on him like real quick, like through Discord, then by all means. I mean, granted, this is the DangIT Prodcast Discord DM, so he could jump in at any time. And as long as it's not like above 5 people, then I will be ready for it. Actually, above 4 people. Because I only have scenes for just 4.
Oh yeah, that'd be funny.
Yeah, because 5 is just 4 is just like a really clean like outline, but 5 is just kind of weird. But yeah, you know what? Let me just carry on with the bit of announcements happening here. So, Aniyah, I know that you're really big on Tetris 99. Well, what about Tetris Forever? Essentially a whole like amalgamation of like these classic like Tetris games I've honestly never seen. They're all done by Digital Eclipse, so it's essentially just like good like archive catalog of it. Yeah. It's almost like tradition for you to get it.
I love me some Tetris. It's usually the game I play in pastime, aside from like Timberman versus.
Aside from Timberman versus, yes. But yeah, I've honestly never seen all these other Tetris games before.
Let me see. Actually, hold on.
So nice that they
super new to me. I can't wait to give him a shot though.
Shouts to Digital Eclipse for doing that. Real quick. Sure. I'll just go ahead and just like talk about this one real quick. This is Star Overdrive. And it's pretty solid. It honestly looks like Haven without the sex. And you know what? I'm okay with that. I was like, whoa. Because essentially it's like this guy who's just like going through terrain on his like hoverboard essentially. But it's also not just like just exploration. It's also like a little bit of combat and some puzzle solving here and there. It looks pretty good, all things considered. And apparently it's going to be like a Switch like timed exclusive, so not bad. Not bad. Oh. Aniyah, where'd you go? Oh, okay, you're there. So anyhow.
Hello?
Yes, I hear you. I hear you.
Do I have a delay?
There's always been a delay.
Oh, but is it egregious?
It kind of depends on like when you want to like start talking, and if I just so happen to be there too.
Bro, I'm always fighting against the future because I have to guess when you guys are gonna talk.
Fighting against the future.
Oh no, I think I got it.
Okay.
Oh,
you got it?
Okay, I should be good. Go ahead.
Oh, perfect. So okay, so we're back to this now. So Goat Simulator 3. Okay. I'm not sure. Right, not really quite asked for Goat Simulator 3, aka the second one.
Who asked?
But you know what? It is silly. So I'll accept it. I'm kind of like slowly rolling through this. Dude, They threw this in a little tiny, like, they had 2 sizzle reels in the midst of this, and it's like that's weird, but okay. But they really threw in the Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky the First in a sizzle reel, and I was like, did you just do that and not imagine me like letting that slide? Like, because I think Phil and I had the same idea, or at least we assumed that like the safest answer for them to like start porting like the older series just for people to kind of get on board that way would just be to release the OG, or if anything, like the remastered version of it that's available on Steam or whatnot, or maybe just release it in a clean way from the like PSP version. But they decided to just go with a full remake on this one, and it looks fantastic actually.
Hell yeah!
Personally, I'm very excited about that. This by itself like would have sold me the entire like presentation. It's just so weird that they decided to put this in a mini sizzle reel, and if you actually tune in for I guess on the Japanese version of the presentations, this definitely had its own segment. So fair enough. So we just had a lot of like bits of like visual stuff and screenshots that we could take a look at. And it's like, oh wow, that looks. I would even dare say it looks just as good as like the current running series, which is like Trails Through Daybreak, which they're kind of at like they're working on like the 3rd game of that one. So it looks to be a trilogy over there. And Trails of the Sky is actually a trilogy in and of itself. So I would kind of assume that we'll probably see the other 2 as well later on. But what Phil told me, and I'm sorry I'm like kind of staying on this subject for a little bit too long, but
Hey, go off, dog. Go off.
Because Phil told me about this one. He was telling me that, you know, when they were getting interviewed with this, I think it's Falcom, they were saying that like we don't actually have everything like worked out as far as who's publishing it. And we had a publisher before, but we otherwise don't really know. And we also don't know about like where we're gonna release this, because right now it's just kind of announced for Switch, and that's about it, even though they've worked on different platforms and whatnot. And essentially they're gonna do a lot of like I think the translations like just in-house instead of like seeking it out, as per usual, because I believe right now they're kind of using the samples of text like from the one I've seen on Steam, and I wish I Phil over here, he would actually give me the appropriate like naming of who actually did that. But yeah, it's a promising title that seems to be, or a promising remake on that end, and I'm just definitely looking forward to it. And if you guys have not played through Daybreak is like a good like starting point. But otherwise, a lot of people just say like Trails in the Sky. That's how I got started, and that's how I was influenced to like go.
I love it. I love to see the passion.
Mm-hmm. Also, yeah, Phil, he's in the chat right now. If at any point you want to jump in and chime in, this would probably be the best time. But I also know you're busy.
Heck? He's on. What the hell? He's in chat.
Yeah, he's in chat for a little bit. He's been in chat for a little bit, and you know.
No, I remember seeing him earlier, but like, man, I'm on Twitch on my computer. That thing is like delayed. Like, you know about the delay with like with Silk Song? Can't even compare right now. It's so delayed. I didn't know that he was typing. Holy. I hate this.
I hate this. All right.
It's so bad.
Yeah, Phil, we're on the Prodcast DM, so whenever you want to jump in on that one.
Go ahead, hop in, buddy. Give your insight. And hold on. Discord Mobile is not bad, actually. Hold on.
Discord Mobile? Yeah, well, yeah, I never had really big issues with it as long as I have connection.
I think like there's some other things that people might have been mentioning to me, because I remember seeing the reaction to the layout, like the scheme change. I was like, oh, I guess. But I mean, I don't know. I'm not on Discord that much. And then like just giving it like, I don't know, like 5 minutes, it's kind of easy to get used to the UI.
Sure.
But I guess before it was already good enough. So I don't know.
Yeah, fair enough.
It's actually just first world problems, honestly. Like, what are you actually losing? Let me see.
I guess it kind of depends on like if you use Discord like quite regularly for communication. And I can see that.
That's what I was kind of assuming, right? Like people who usually spend their time on here and got used to like such a such a routine, and they kind of just flipped it. But
yeah, a little bit. I think desktop has not changed a lot.
Yeah. Oh, you know whose UI was booty ass? What's his face? Twitch's UI on the mobile. Holy ho!
They are changing it a lot. They've changed it quite significantly, and I you know what? I'm not hating it that much, but it's kind of like it's rough to like get into it because
it's a little irritating trying to manage it at first.
Yeah, like for
yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say yeah because this is all better for like the actual streamers themselves, but the fact is that I typically like to hop in on it and then decide who I want to watch instead of just kind of being plastered with like here's a list of all these people going live and they have it in the same format as like TikTok, but it's all live
exactly stuff. Weird, and it already eats up a lot of data and whatever signal you're using anyway. It's like Twitch, you got to chill.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm confused about is how I'm seeing some people I don't even follow before I see the people I follow. That's confusing.
Yeah, and that's the thing. They are actually trying to push that.
That's interesting.
It's like, what about the people I follow? I want to see the people I follow if they're online first.
This is true, and they definitely put a priority on just like anyone who's like a suggested like live streamer that you might be interested in, but obviously you have to actually like go in and like tap the following little guy at the top to see the whole listing. And I don't know, I think it's weird. I think it's the way that they have it set up is just to be like really compact. So if you're really looking for it, you can just tap it for the meantime. You'll just see like a bunch of people that are just kind of suggested to you otherwise.
For real. Dude. He's going to be...
Oh, hold on. I think that's Phil right here.
Instead of the person that I want to watch. Oh, Ibrahim's telling me about it. Because, yeah, I was like, he knows about what's his face mobile more than I do.
Phil?
What the hell? I thought you were at like a party or something. Okay. Why are you making a house?
Why are you making... That's a great question. Deadass. I looked. Yeah. So right now, Phil like entered in the call, and he just gives us like the general like he's like you just doing this like on his phone, but he just points at the ceiling. I'm like, bro, what ceiling?
Oh, it's a
Home Improvement theme starts playing. Like,
yeah. It's my dad's office. It's in renovation.
Why can I see the insulation?
It's in renovation. I just said that.
Why do I see the wall cotton candy?
Don't worry about it.
The forbidden cotton candy.
Where are you at in the direct real quick? I got enough time to do the direct.
Oh, cool. Okay. We're in. I just kind of stopped at sizzle reel, Trails in the Sky. First thing, I wanted to like kind of expand on that for a little bit.
Oh, I can finally play the Trail series. I did it.
Oh yeah, that's a running joke.
But yeah, everything else in the sizzle reel was kind of.
Yeah, everything else was kind of meh. But that was such a great announcement because the Trails in the Sky series is really all just top down isometric, and this is one that's actually like you're with them. This is like a fully 3D like type of world, and it's always good when you have an existing work behind that to just kind of like layer off of, so they can really just work on refining the visuals on that one. So I'm just super psyched about it, just through and through. But yeah, like you were saying, otherwise for them developing on this game, they otherwise don't have everything else planned out for it. The different platforms.
It sounds like it's Switch and PC only right now for the remake.
Oh, okay.
But as far as I know, it sounds like Nihon Falcon is actually the one doing it in-house. So take that as you will. It doesn't sound like they're going to use a NIS for translation this time.
Yeah, that's interesting. But did you hear anything about like them doing like a recast of the characters for it?
Yeah, something along the lines of a recast.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who.
Yeah, and I guess that would work well if they were to do different translations for the game. Otherwise, yeah.
That's a lot of money, probably.
I think they got the money.
It is.
I think they got that right now.
Yeah, recasting and then like whatever budget they use to remaster in general.
This could be a whole new experience, actually. Although I would say it's just still stay relatively faithful to the original. So I think you really just like work off of like this remake, and that can be your starting point. Although I guess this does open up the possibility for you to just try it out originally, if anything, on like Steam. Because I think there's still value in like having that type of play experience versus like this brand new like work as far as like their approach to like combat, or rather just like I guess the visual like presentation of it.
Yeah, I'm with it.
But otherwise, still the real. It was kind of whatever.
Damn.
If you like Disney Dreamlight Valley.
I guess Stalker's like trilogy is also there too. I should give proper shout outs to that.
Stalker's trilogy is cool. The Stalker series, you might know it from that Chernobyl style looking game that Xbox is getting this year, the sequel.
Oh
yeah.
Yeah, the original 3 games. It's not really 3 games. It's the first game and 2 big old expansions.
Okay.
Are coming to Switch, which is kind of cool. Those are PC only games.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
And expand that demographic.
And then another thing I should probably just highlight just real quick is just like a physics based like SpongeBob game that features Patrick. That looks like it was interesting enough.
Someone pointed out and said it kind of looks like Goat Simulator, but SpongeBob, and I think I agree with that sentiment. Yeah.
Holy shit.
Gotcha.
It's kind of random, but I mean, I'm with it. As long as they get to get something out of it.
It could be fun.
The developers.
Yeah.
And then
I could see that. I could still see that being fun.
Dang, what else is on that list though?
We got Fitness Boxing 3.
Hell yeah.
My personal trainer.
It's that.
And just like that, Phil's back in it.
I'm back in it because it's being published by Nintendo. I hate this.
First party, baby.
They only publish the numbered games. I hate it. That means I have to buy Fitness Boxing 3 in December. And that actually means that's the December first party slot. That means Nintendo has a first party game every month until at least January.
Good Lord.
I don't want to buy Fitness Boxing 3. I just got Fitness Boxing 1 and 2 this year.
Like, what is it? Well, are we we're still like prepping for whatever the Switch 2 model thing or whatever, right? Switch 2.
Whatever that could be. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, supposedly.
Not the Super Nintendo Switch. It's what we call it in this.
The Super Nintendo Switch.
Yo, what if
or just the successor.
It just looks like a fatter like PS Vita or something. They go with the weirdest design choice.
Honestly, I'm thinking the form factor of the Steam Deck isn't too far off.
Yeah, I think Steam Deck is closest.
That's gonna be something. And then just able to take off the Joy-Cons still. The Joy-Cons are fatter. Everything gotta get a little quick. You gotta give. Yeah, they gotta get a little bit of whey protein. It'll get thicker, and then everything else will just roll out. Whey protein?
No way.
It's gonna get thicker. It's gonna be good. I can't wait though, actually. But dang, I was looking at the list again as far as like what they had on the video, but I was like, bruh, I kind of missed out, I guess.
Because right next after this is the best announcement in this.
Literally one of the best. Like just as like just like for the entire demographic, this is probably like the best announcement. Unless you really hate fighting games, then I don't know what to say.
And I don't like you. I don't like you at all. No, I was tripping out, dude. They showed the screen. I was like, oh, finally, it's Marvel news, finally. And then I did a double take, and I was like, "Is that Terry?" I was like, "Oh my god!" And I literally like almost threw up. I'm not gonna lie.
Why does Ken have a trucker hat? Like,
why does Ken have a trucker hat?
I literally almost threw up because I saw SV or CVS 2, and I was like, "No way, no shot in hell right now, bro." Capcom Fighting Collection 2, and the 2 in the logo is from CVS 2. I love it.
Oh, that's a crazy fucking set of games, though.
Yeah, let me let me just quickly scan through like the list here. There should be like a general one right here where they just have everything outlined. And
because I'm laid out right now. Because I missed out on like a good handful of like the stuff Capcom had in his rap sheet.
Dude, same.
So most of the time I'm just thinking like when people, what was it, when it brings up like Power Stone, I'm like, I'm gonna take your word for it. Never played it, but now I got a chance to experience it myself.
Power
Don't
Stone
shame me.
is one of the best party fighting games I've ever played in my life.
Okay.
I have a friend who really loves Power Stone.
I believe Gabe played it too.
Did he? Wow.
I'm pretty sure he did. I'm pretty sure he knew about it too. And I was just like, I mean, 2 out of 3 so far. I'm hearing some good vouching for it.
In our predictions, I literally just threw Power Stone as just like a nice little joke. Like that's not gonna happen. And then it happens, and I'm like, what?
I was like, no shot in hell he got this right. That's crazy.
I mean, to be fair, I don't think I've ever seen Justin more shocked from a result of an announcement since Joker was announced for Smash.
Oh yeah.
That was wild.
I committed to that bit.
Yeah, Justin. So you just saw Justin go back, lay on his bed, and stare at the ceiling.
And I'm pretty sure at that time I didn't even have a single copy of Persona to even show for it. But it was shocking, yeah.
But the list of the games, right?
Yeah, I got it right here.
Capcom versus SNK 1 Pro, right? Pro?
Yeah, Pro.
Okay, it is the Pro version. Cool. Capcom versus SNK 2. Match of the Millennium 2001.
Aye.
Goated. That's a goated game. Both of those, goated. Street Fighter Alpha 3 Upper.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Upper.
Basically, it's Alpha 3 with a little bit of like.
Was it?
How can I put this? Extra characters?
Yeah. Didn't you say it was like Cammy with a couple? Oh no, sorry, that was for 2. My bad. I'm gonna walk in the back.
No. Cammy wasn't Alpha 3, but like this is more like. It's got extra characters. I think it's like Junie and I'm trying to remember the other one that was in there. Fei Long? I think so.
An upper?
But it's
wow.
Yeah, an upper. And also it has some balancing things. Pro players don't really like to play this version because it removes like a certain thing.
Mm-hmm.
But my bad. The stand is weird. Yeah. But it's cool because it's never been re-released. So upper's cool. I'm cool with that. It's different than Street Fighter Alpha 3 that's on the 30th anniversary collection. That's cool. Capcom Fighting Evolution. Okay, that's good. The next one.
Oh my god, I gotta play this game. Yeah,
it's bad.
This is
there's no saving that game.
Good lord.
It's a game that was rushed, like poorly made within like this is the era of Capcom where like fighting games were not a big thing. So they try to make this to make money.
Yeah.
And it got nothing but poor reviews. It's not good.
Ooh.
Really? It was
it's not a good game.
Really? Ooh. What's that? What's that, brother?
Yeah. And those are all the 2D games. From here on out, it's 3D. Project Justice. I cannot believe we're finally getting something Rival Schools related. Like an actual game, because obviously we have Akira in Street Fighter 5. But
yeah.
Bro. Project Justice is the sequel to Rival Schools. That game goes for stupid amounts of money on the Dreamcast. I cannot believe they're just going to throw it in this collection. Thank you. Thank you so much, Capcom. And also, Plasma Sword. I've never played Plasma Sword or Star Gladiator. So, Plasma Sword is a sequel to Star Gladiator. I only know the character because he's in Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
Right.
Hayato. Yeah. I've never played it. It's supposed to be like their version of Soul Calibur, weapons based.
That's kind of sick. Wait a minute.
He's like,
and then the big 2 3D ones, right? Power Stone 1 and Power Stone 2.
Have my curiosity. Now you have my what?
I had my curiosity.
Goddamn Wang Tang is back, baby. That's all that matters.
Wang Tang.
That's his name. Look it up. He's in the game. He looks great.
Yo, let me see, because I wanted to see like all the stuff. I swear the only thing I ever played that's coming in this collection was like, no, not even. I can't even say this because like since it's a different version, I've only played
Alpha 3 Vanilla.
I get and then like what did I? Did I play? No, I played. Was it Capcom versus Tatsunoko?
SNK2?
Yeah.
Oh, Tatsunoko versus Capcom. No, that's
It's not even in here, but like
nightmare. I hope they can do it again one day, but that's a licensing nightmare.
Oh my god,
because
bro!
Tatsunoko owns all of their properties in Japan, but in America, to get it over here in English would require different anime studios.
That sounds like the toughest like fighting game collection 3 project to work on.
Yeah, but these are some of the 8 deepest cuts in the Capcom like fighting game series. My god, dude. I can't
also
wait.
8 of them.
I think I might be more excited for this than Marvel, to be honest with you.
And I totally get. I think I get that. As someone who
I grew up with a lot of these games. I grew up a lot playing Power Stone 2 in the arcades, and I am a big SNK fan. So when I found out there was a game when I was a kid where it's like Capcom versus SNK, and I'm referring to 2.
Shibuya.
I was like, I fell in love. That was it. That's one of my favorite. That's like a top 3 favorite fighting game for me. So I'm excited.
Good.
That was pretty good.
That was not
2025. No release date, but 2025 at least. But
yeah,
we did get a release date. Marvel, baby.
So what we actually came
the
for,
digital and physical.
So they just kind of kept giving.
Yeah, so Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection Arcade Classics. What a name. Comes out in 2 weeks digitally.
September 12th.
Yep. People will be playing it if you are digital, like if you're someone who's into the digital version. The physical copy that will include a Marvel comic, an actual produced Marvel comic.
It's pretty sick.
Will be coming out November 22nd.
November 22nd.
So,
hold on.
Put me in the class that's waiting. I'm gonna be waiting for the game.
Wouldn't it be kind of crazy that, like, because I know they have the pre-orders. I paid off mine. Do you think they'll charge me extra because they're putting a comic in and I didn't know until later?
No.
It's still the same price.
Yeah, I'd be in the same boat. I'd be in the same boat.
It's a pre-order bonus.
Very nice.
Oh, hell yeah, baby.
Mm-hmm.
So happy. I'm not going to lie. Might double dip because I just want to play it.
Honestly,
already.
Yeah, I feel that.
Like, having a mess on the go.
I'm gonna wait, but I'm excited.
Oh, wait, you said 2 weeks, right?
Yeah.
So September 12th September 12th. Dude. I
also want to update Marvel real quick. There was a character that was not going to be in that game in specifically Marvel vs. Street Fighter. He's not a Marvel character or he's not a Capcom character. He's like a Japanese comedian. And they didn't get the licensing for him originally. But in this trailer, they showed him being played. So I'm assuming they figured out the license real quick. He's here.
They got him real quick. He said, yeah, sure.
Yep.
New challenger approaching.
That's funny.
Everyone's here, dude.
Everyone's here.
Nah, that's crazy. But I can't wait.
That was a really huge announcement. Just back to back.
I cannot wait. All right, I gotta go. I was here for Capcom Fighting Collection.
That's what matters for you. I gotcha.
Not going dip.
I will also say real quick. I don't know if you talked about Castlevania yet, but
no.
I'll just say that's the best value in gaming you're ever gonna get.
Oh, okay.
Literally, 3 of the best Metroidvanias ever. Haunted Castle, which is kind of ass, but they remade Haunted Castle. Basically, they gave us a new Castlevania game under our nose and didn't even like announce it. They were just like, "It's there."
It's like, oh,
what?
The actual
amazing. It looks cool. It's got the same setup as a Mega Man ZX/Zero Legacy Collection.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's good.
Where the map's on the top right, the left side is the normal screen.
Oh,
yeah, that's fun. I like that.
Yeah. It looks cool. And look, trying to get those games physically on the DS is like you're easily looking over $300.
Jesus.
So $25 digital, $35 for the physical when limited run does it. I mean,
disgusting.
That's good value.
So like, which one? What are your options?
Those are my 2 favorite things in the Direct. That's all I gotta say.
That's fair. That's fair.
Like I said my piece, boop, and it just.
I know you're busy, Phil. Thank you for jumping in.
Hell yeah!
All right, take it easy.
Deuces.
Okay.
Well, that is fantastic, guys.
Yeah, that's honestly like one of the greatest announcements that they got going on.
Kind of feels like what is it with the way they're going to introduce it to all the new players.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot. I think they made something a little bit easier as far as like controls. I know I saw a bit of Max's video on it, but as far as like button mapping, like making a function that was kind of like it was real technical back then. Now you can just like streamline that on button mapping to make like these crazy combos easier to do.
Oh, okay.
It's gonna be super interesting. I can't wait to see it. Also, wait, there was like the lobbies and everything, right? The online stuff. I think it's
yeah.
I hope we have like I don't know if it had rollback or whatever, or if they even mentioned online lobbies like that.
I believe
so.
But
yeah. So I'm hoping that we all connect under that nonsense. But I think even Phil brought it up. No no crossplay. I think it's all Switch, or maybe I'm thinking of another game.
That's a different game, I believe. Yeah, that's I
think it was Guilty Gear
Strive. That's Strive. Because that was also a bit of the news, but separate from this. Although probably
I just kind of hope that I was hoping that it would be like that. That way, everybody could just play in all the best ways when they don't have the same console.
Yeah.
But I just need to see it in practice.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's why I'm kind of like anxious to get it. Double dip for it. I might. It's coming out in 2 weeks, so like whoa. But I already paid off my physical, so now I'm just like extra support. Because man,
take the support, Capcom.
Because like as soon as it was announced, it's like everybody got it because they don't want to give it a chance of being lost in the media again because they had no other way of playing it like that.
Yeah, but I think given it now releasing on like Steam, for example, that gives it a good chance to just kind of sit there forever.
You're right. The whole nonsense of all these consoles and now PC having it. So it's like, bruh, we're doing pretty well right now.
Yeah, we've really. It was essentially a 180 turn on a lot of lost media.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like all this stuff. No, right? I was trying to think of all the stuff that we lost because of that. Like how like the Scott Pilgrim thing started that a while ago, and we got that a couple years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a market that of people all these games that are just being let me play it basically. I don't know why they're just holding it because it gets a little annoying knowing there's a demand and then they're just not going off of it.
Mm-hmm.
So most of the time when I guess it, I try to be a little bit optimistic about it. I would just assume that since everybody's like they're just very I don't know, they're pocket watching themselves because what if they do it and then it's not a huge hit? I feel like that's the biggest thing about it. But I feel like if they just listen to like reasonable fans, they should have a better chance of like getting their money's worth out of all these games that are just sitting there.
Mm-hmm.
Keep giving me more, Capcom. Like just do it.
There's like two sides of that argument where it's like you're not being like reinventive of like new games, but also like the old ones, are tried and true, and they also will sell. They will continue to sell going forward. So, yeah, just continue porting them, remaking them, do whatever.
My thing when it comes to like new games, I would always say just look at the indie scene. Like most of these people who are doing their own thing as far as like game development, there's going to be I don't want to put it on them like to say that there's less. They're able to risk more. It's a risk either way.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like more of the passion put into it. They sometimes people don't really mind the risk, and that's what's cool about it, especially when it comes to the indie scene.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully the ones when they dedicate it and they get their money's worth, and then like the work is paid off for them as far as like just notoriety as well. I'm just like, bruh, if you want to look for like originality and all the other stuff that these people are pulling, check out the indie game scene, and then maybe if you see some of their work and the potential, who knows? They could probably get signed on. Like I think about it in the same way I see animators. There's been like a bunch of like recent animators who've been getting like their work cut out for them. They've been getting asked for studios to get their help with stuff. Like I forgot to say his name. It's Vincent something. Vincent Channard or something. This is guy. It's a French animator. He's been popping off on like One Piece anime and all that noise. And his stuff is crazy. But like I think he's just getting into the industry. But he's been drawing for a while. So it's like you could get that same kind of potential in independent guys. So it's like just keep your eye on it. All you have to do is just keep your eye on these people and see what they would put off, their rap sheet, portfolio, whatever. Then you can get all the original stuff while also giving the nostalgic feel of people who are waiting for these old classic games that are just sitting there. It's like old source code collecting dust. It's like they don't have to collect dust. You could just port it over here.
Pretty much.
And tried and true. The tried and true example is this. Like Marvel vs. Capcom is great. It's fantastic. I don't know if I can say it even further. Come on. I just want to play it right now.
Okay. I want to bring this up. First and foremost, Aniyah, that was great delivery, actually. I was like, we got the entire sheet for you this time around. Where like earlier in our like podcast, it just wasn't like quite getting there.
Trip, don't worry about it. We had technical difficulties, all that noise.
We found a way. But Ibrahim will also bring up a good point. And I feel like I was going to rant on this one, but I'll just withhold for a little bit. But he says, what's weird is that Xbox is actually not getting the MVC Fighting Collection 2, even though they got one.
That is odd. That is very odd.
Yeah, I'm starting to see a pattern. Well, I guess Capcom's been kind of doing this back and forth where like they're releasing stuff for Xbox, they're not releasing stuff for Xbox. I mean, they've done that with like the Battle Network collection or Legacy collection for Mega Man. And now we're seeing that with the fighting game collection stuff, where they've had Fighting Collection 1, but MVC is getting skipped. Fighting Collection 2 is getting skipped. So it's like there's something going on where Capcom's like obviously not trying to go the extra mile to have that be ported over to Xbox, which is, I don't know what they have in mind, but that doesn't really look good on Xbox's side. That's all I can say.
Only have one guess. Well, no, I would say two, with one guess being there's probably like some weird kind of planning that they're trying to do on Xbox's side, I guess, where I want us to are they focusing on exclusives? Like, what's going on with them? Like, what's a new thing that's going on for Xbox right now? Like, to be honest, I don't know.
They've been more quiet recently.
Yeah, the last big like Xbox, and it was a new like IP for Capcom was it Kimetsu no Game, Path of the Goddess? That was like in July. They got that. That was a Game Pass game.
Okay.
So I wonder if I don't know, is it a Game Pass type of thing that they're trying to push over? Because that would be kind of crazy too. But I don't know. I'm not sure if Capcom would be willing to do that either. Not for their fighting game stuff.
Let me see, just like what recent games or what recent moves have they made? Drops, blah blah blah, free play, Xbox get. Oh crap!
Now you're in the ecosystem.
Like, bro, I mean, honestly, I have to look into these more because I've seen some articles that have been kind of like eye opening as far as like people's like, well, in the industry, of course, but like their perspectives on how they communicate with. I haven't done none of that for Xbox. And I do plan on getting an Xbox at some point. Probably the S. I'll probably get the S, the Series S, but
sure.
Like honestly though, like what game? I just keep like what we're doing right now. We're just talking about games that aren't on Xbox, like Black Myth Wukong and MVC2. Well, MVC Fighting Collection.
You're right.
I think they said it might come to Xbox eventually for Wukong.
Guess we'll have to see.
And then hold on. Apparently Xbox. I'm gonna look at this. This is from Game Rant, but Xbox game sharers are having problems accessing Black Ops 6 beta.
Oh, oh yeah.
Yeah, they're having issues with the beta. Look, of course, the whole console war thing, blah blah, and the Xbox, blah.
I've heard Black Ops 6 is very easy to play.
Yeah, I don't know what this issue is. This happened within the past day, whatever this post is about. But again, with Xbox, even though I grew up with Sony, it's not like I can deny the stuff that Xbox has done. So I want to see them win. But the weirdest thing is, I thought they would, because all those games they bought, those studios that they have, and yet we're still not getting like a crazy rap sheet of games coming out. I don't know what's going on.
I think it might be because it might just be because they're in the pipeline, still the planning phase.
That's got to be,
which is kind of rough because like they've acquired them like for a while now, and
right, it's at least been like a couple years.
Yeah, and
yeah,
it feels like a slow trickle of like game releases coming from.
We do know,
like,
well, Perfect Dark. Perfect Dark does look good. The new Perfect Dark.
Yeah, sure.
Oh yeah, the new one.
Avowed's
coming
Fable.
In next year. Yeah, a lot of them are now starting to show up next year. So
Fable's looking good as well.
Oh, okay, Fable. Okay, I got you. Hoping they pulled something out of the woodwork, man.
Yeah, I'm
hoping to see them do something.
So I mean, like, what if I had to do like a ring around and try to give like them some kind of grace? Because it's Microsoft and the stuff on Steam is, Windows and all the other noise. Do they get some kind of benefit from all the Steam games being sold?
No,
probably.
Wait, really?
I would think. I would at least think with PC sales in terms of like actual computers.
Sure. Because
Microsoft does still make money off of their operating systems,
right? And you can buy things like on Windows to be like to run games on. Like if you go onto like their Windows store, you actually buy the games from there.
Oh yeah, kind of like getting that whatever percentage they get for hosting it on their store. So yeah, I feel it.
That's my thing.
And then you see the wing.
Yeah, the thing is that they just make crazy money like everywhere outside of like, I guess what you would typically see for sales for like Nintendo and Sony. Like a lot of sales come from everywhere else, so they're just making crazy money.
Xbox still has a very loyal fan base. It's just the fact of right now, I think Xbox is just they're trying to think, all right, we need to compete. We need to figure this out.
Well, I think they're definitely competing in their own different way. That's for sure. Like if their plan is just to put everything multi-platform, as we've previously talked about, then
which is appreciated. I'm glad they're doing that.
They're definitely pushing for that, and you could still appreciate it, and you could still like have an Xbox for different reasons. I think it becomes more of like the value for like all these different games as well. Switch is there, but like if you couple like Xbox with Xbox Game Pass, it's still like a really decent deal even now. Although I think
even with the price increase, it's still honestly a really good deal.
Yeah, but then we'll see in the future like what kind of alternatives do they have, because obviously that can't always be the way to go, especially if they want to keep expanding.
Right, so, they're going to have to eventually like do something else. But to be fair, the Game Pass has been pretty great for a while.
Yeah.
Also, it is 5:32. I will need to start preparing dinner soon.
Oh, okay. You let us know. We're almost wrapping up on like Nintendo stuff. There's still a couple other things we could talk about, but otherwise, just let us know.
I was gonna say, keep going. Gotta keep going because it's hibachi night. I'm gonna go start preparing.
Okay. Gotcha.
Be right back.
Okay.
Honestly, hold on. Let me see. Hold on. What else was on my brain? Because when it comes to the direct and everything,
I got a couple things left. But
yeah, right. I was trying to think of the games that I was really focused on. I don't know. Matter of fact, let me see. Yeah, just bring up your list and I'll try to I'll rebound off that.
Sure. Okay, so obviously we just like got off of talking about like Capcom's like biggest drop in like their retro like, or at least their legacy of like fighting games, collaboratives and whatnot. It's insane, but that wasn't the only like surprise that they had. This is obviously like a big thing for a lot of people who've like played through the series, but we finally get a new look at the next like Atelier game. So last ones that we've been seeing are coming from like Atelier Sophie, which is Sophie 2, and then we've really recently just been working with like the Rise of series, which wrapped up on its trilogy. I'll kind of give you guys the fastest recap. Atelier is essentially kind of a how do I like describe this in short? It's an RPG. It can be turn based. It can also be like real time like RPG, depending on like the games. They experiment a little bit. All kind of focuses around like alchemy and curation type of stuff, where you take a lot of stuff and you use it as like your equipment and items, and you bring it into battle. You harvest stuff, and then you just rinse and repeat. It's that type of cycle of a game. So having like wrapped up with Ryza and Sophie for now, we now enter a new character. It looks like Yumiya. Well, the title of the game is called Atelier Yumiya. And that's kind of like the first look. We don't have a lot of stuff to work with on this one because they just kind of want to give you an introduction of the character and whatnot, and give you a little bit more like ominous narrative stuff going on with it, with just the slightest bit of gameplay here and there. There's not a lot you can really work off of it, but it looks like it might have like a darker past for the character. So as someone who's like played through like the Ryza games, or at least 2 of them, I can vouch it's pretty good. So definitely keep a lookout for this one. They're probably gonna show more at Tokyo Game Show. So when that comes around, I will let you all know about like my thoughts about that, and see if we get like a bigger picture about it. But let me see if there's another one. Yeah. I'm sorry, Naya. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, like, I was just looking at it while you were talking about it. I didn't remember this being Koei Tecmo. I didn't remember that at all.
Yeah, they've been working with Gust with that one.
But like, what am I trying to say about this game? Okay, aside from like just general consensus, this series has been doing pretty solid. I feel like we looked into it at some point because I was like, I've never heard about this. Yeah, but same. I guess it's been around for a while.
It's been it's been there since, like for a good while. Like the oldest I can go back from is like PlayStation 1, but I think they've had like roots further at like down the line. But
no, yeah, and you're right. This is it was 1997. That is so interesting. That is crazy.
It's honestly, it was just one of those like games alongside East where there was a little bit of reception, but it was like a super niche thing over in the West. But with Atelier Ryza and East 8 showing up like a good number of years later, released on the Switch, all of a sudden like there was a surge, including myself, just added into it because we just knew now about it.
Yeah.
So Switch really did like good things for like the series, for both of them. To a point where they're pushing. Yeah, I was just gonna say that like I think by get some exposure through the Nintendo Switch, all of a sudden like you get a lot of traction going on to the point where they're devoting their releases to the Nintendo Switch as well.
Damn, bro. And then Team Ninja. What the hell? They had 3 developers, like Gust, Akatsuki Games, and Team Ninja. What the fuck? Bruh.
Akatsuki.
Yeah, right? I think about Naruto and Kisame. But honestly, though, wow, that's so cool. I do wonder sometimes. Like, I don't know if there'll ever be a point where they're that like transparent about it, but like games where you see them actually doing well. Like, say there's a number you think is like, damn, you sold 500,000 copies. Oh, that's pretty crazy, and it's actually dog shit compared to whatever they needed to break even or something.
Yeah.
So sometimes I think like, so I'm hoping that like these games keep doing well. I just don't know, like I just didn't. I mean, 1997, so like they're still around. So maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. Kind of feels like one of those things because this is you what is it? You mentioned the genres of like real time RPGs, action RPGs, like those kind of games just find that audience that stays pretty dedicated. Yeah. Like even with what's his face? Like Dragon Quest, which I think was also on the Direct, right? I think it was.
Yes, it was. Yeah.
Like how dedicated these fan bases are. So I want to assume that these people are going to keep doing their thing and getting their money's worth because of the fans. Yeah, because I missed out on a lot of these. Like, holy hell. I don't know none of these games, but like it still looks cool.
It's definitely worth it. Yeah, like that. Well, I guess that's going to go into the topic of like jumping from different genres of games, because I think at a certain point, like when you grow up with games, you typically stick with a couple of them. You might try a couple like just that are readily available, but when you get older, you kind of really stick to like a certain like niche genre, which is totally fine. But also, like, there's a lot of cool stuff about like these other games that you might get something out of them.
Yeah, it's super nice, man.
Oh yeah, speaking of which, I'm gonna and honestly, like with this next announcement, it was like one of those things where, well, I think Suikoden in this case has been like out for like a little bit, but this is like the Switch port of it. Suikoden 1 and 2. I guess that would be another example of a game that you can kind of try. I've never tried it before. That I might be interested.
Sometimes when I hear Suikoden, I don't know why I want to think of the word Sudoku. I don't know. I just my brain goes to a different spot. Because like, isn't it? It's a what's this face, right? A turn-based RPG series or whatever.
I think so. Yeah. I'm actually not familiar at all with this one.
Yeah, like even there's like characters I remember seeing. These. None of these characters ring a bell, like at all.
Same.
Like only the name, because I've heard Phil mention it, but like I've never. I don't know. It kind of feels weird though, because how old is it? This is one of those like classic titles that's been in the works. You know, like 1995. Oh my god.
Oh my god! But then again, not everyone has like their own like Phil in their group. We just haven't.
We lucked out.
We really lucked out with that one.
You be telling me games, bro. Like, yo, what kind of in the cut games do you know about? I've never heard of this.
In the cut games do you know about?
It's interesting stuff. But honestly, what I would like to do, hopefully, I would try to think of like ways that I could play these games and give some kind of
like feedback.
I don't know. Mm-hmm. Yeah, maybe, right? Because you know what? I thought of something else that's been in my mind. I have because RPGs, turn-based specifically, aren't on my top radar, right? Mm-hmm. But I do have RPG Maker on my Switch.
Huh? Really?
And I want to see, because like one thing I will always give. Hopefully, there's going to be a lot of games that, depending on how the story is written, that's one hook of like a RPG that's really cool. If the story is well written. And that way, like RPG of role playing, right? If you invest yourself into the story and the story is that engaging, then I always got to give props to it, especially for series that's been around like this. Like this has been around since. Oh shit! Hold on, I just found out something. Suikoden has been around since 1995, but its latest release, like of a newer title, that was in 2012. That was the last one.
Oh, I see.
And then everything else. Everything else looks like it's just been like a port or a remake, re-release, all that stuff. Remaster. So yeah, it's like that's super nice. So I wanna take the time, right? As somebody who isn't the biggest turn-based RPG enjoyer, I want to see how I feel about like me making one. I think that would be something fun to do.
Really? Yeah. Okay. All right. Otherwise, I guess
it's always nice to see.
Yeah. I guess it'd be a good idea to like always like start off with like whatever is like the new like adaptation, and maybe if you're curious about like the history of it, like look back and just see, I guess how it started. Because I think that's
the before and now.
Yeah, I think that's a whole Final Fantasy like discourse there.
Oh, you're right. Oh boy.
I will say,
that was interesting.
Same thing over here with Dragon Quest actually. Dragon Quest 3 HD 2D. So it's not just like a remake, just like making everything look pretty, but it's also like they're adding a couple new stuff here too. The purpose of them showing up like in this drop here for Nintendo's like partner showcase is the fact that they want to show that there's like different like options for like cosmetics for your characters. They recently announced that you could like choose like a female character instead. So it's pretty sick. But they also give you like options to like change the look of each and different like class / vocation they have. And they have a new one, a whole new vocation that wasn't in the original game, it would seem. And it's called the Monster Wrangler. So they don't really like give you a lot of details about that, and they have like hinted at something else new as well, but it's looking pretty good. And it's also looking like like an entirely new game at this point.
Hey, honestly, am I wrong to say this? Was this style because of like Octopath Traveler? Or was there a game that ever did this? Yeah, right?
I think it really is stemming from like Octopath's HD 2D like treatment.
It's such a interesting idea. Like clash of mediums and styles always gives it like a better feel. But then again, who knows? I could probably say it goes back to Arc System Works where they had like the 2D fighting characters and then 3D backgrounds. So whoever did it, whatever this style is, it just works. It looks really cool.
It really helps like with like different games that like stand out. Like I guess Paper Mario is a pretty good example because it literally is just like in the name. And then you see the environments, you're like, oh my god.
Yeah, honestly, yeah, that's 3D. And then they just make like, PNG cutouts to emphasize the paper trope is cool.
Actually, have you ever played Paper Mario? At least the Thousand Year Door?
I've played I haven't played that one, but I have what's his face? I have Origami King.
Origami King is pretty good.
So I was like, bleh. But again, geez. I got maybe I'm doubting how much time I can actually invest into these games, but I want to see about man, I still want to like invoke time to RPGs, but fuck, what is it like a standard RPG like 40 to 50 hours?
Most of them, yeah. Most of them. It's just that much story, my guy. Just that much story.
Yeah, man. But it takes away from Tekken, so I gotta put time for Tekken. I don't know. I gotta sort it out, but
it's rough over there. Okay, this is actually the thing this is actually the thing right here that Phil was actually talking about earlier about Castlevania.
Hey yo,
I have not gotten into the Castlevania series like at all, but obviously the more that like we talk about Metroidvania games and how much I love those, I should probably jump into this one. So.
Oh yeah, the half of the genre,
yeah, the other half of the genre, and it's all Castlevania stuff. And it's been good that they're releasing like all these different collections for them. Physically, I'm falling behind on like a couple, although I get my names mixed up with those ones. But the fact is, they keep like porting over new ones, including the more recent one here, the Dominus collection. Essentially, all the DS games like put into one has a very similar layout to what he was saying. The DS games for Mega Man. So pretty solid.
Yeah, honestly though. At some point, that would be cool. Like what was it? The Castlevania collection that was already on the Switch from well, I think I got mine from Limited Run. And I think they still sell them in store too, I hope. So if that's something you haven't got, I was like, you know what, go ahead and cop that.
I might have to do like a quick Amazon search because I think I'm missing one limited run thing. And
word.
Yeah. Then they had like the limited run stuff like going on like Comic-Con, but that sold so fast.
Oh, I know they sold like hotcakes, bro.
Oh my god! If only I had a Thursday badge, I think I could have made it. But so I'm gonna prioritize next time. But yeah, that was pretty much it for Castlevania. They showed a little bit of Civ 7. So, all right. Oh, dude, this is not like turn-based RPG, but this is also like from a long-running like franchise as well. What was it? Tales of Grace F remastered. I believe originally this was a Nintendo Wii and a PlayStation 3 game. It's getting the remaster treatment. If you've ever played the Tales of series, they are action RPGs with a very interesting way of combat, where a lot of it was originally like you roaming around like a kind of a 3D environment, but then the action was kind of 2D in a 3D space. And but I think later on they would start to adapt it into like 3D, like in 3D, like later on. But I remember the first game I played was Symphonia. Symphonia was kind of like primarily like 2D like fighting stuff. So the fact that we're just getting a remaster, I'm just super happy about that. And I think this is also
you had me at action RPG.
Yeah. So the fact is that later on they announced that they would definitely just remake all the games like going forward, just for accessibility. Love that. So I'm in.
Hell yeah.
This comes out in January. Holy hell, dude.
Oh, damn.
So I mean, I'm pretty sure this is something that Phil would also get to, but he also has Donkey Kong Returns over there, so it's gonna be rough. January 17th.
God, man, budgeting's crazy.
It's rough over there. Oh
yeah, I got to get out of poverty. I want to buy games. Holy Jesus!
Here, let me show another one that Phil was also kind of excited for because he connected with Nolan with this one. It's the My Sims. It's a cozy bundle which includes My Sims and My Sims Kingdom. I have no experience with this like series. Well, except for Sims 3.
Like I was trying to think of like that version. I guess not. I haven't played those, but like playing the Sims on was it PlayStation 2? I'm pretty sure I played was it Sims 3? Sims 2? I don't know. Whatever the one on PlayStation 2. I'm pretty sure there's multiple ones, so I can't even remember which number or whatever, but I do remember playing it, and I was like, I always had to get. Did they even have my hairstyle? I don't know if they even had my hairstyle. not a lot of diversity with the hairstyles. Honestly, it was either afro or like cornrows with me. But like, I was like, I didn't have any. I had dreads. Where's my hairstyle? But I was like, one of the things about one of the funniest things about the game that I liked, as dumb as it was like their own stupid language.
Oh yeah, some like, weird gibberish.
It's a real gibberish. I was like, bro, is this Russian? Like, I don't know what the hell they're saying to me. But I remember seeing that a lot with what was the other game that had that in Gravity Rush, and I was just like, maybe I don't know. It's like we don't really care what they need to say. We just need to make sure they don't die. So I was like, this is a good game.
Oh my god, yeah.
The Sims is funny, but let's see, like the cozy collection on this. Oh, I typed Slims. My bad. I am losing.
That might be a different result.
But no, I was like, bro, this is probably like my first introduction to like cozy games or like simulation games. Because Animal Crossing, and games of the like. I never played Animal Crossing until New Horizons, so the first chance I had at that kind of game was The Sims.
True that.
But bruh, I kind of hope it keeps going because it kind of feels like even as of recent, people are still on like The Sims and like new events keep happening for it.
Really?
I'm just like, yeah, really. I was like, that's strange. I saw some stuff on like Twitch and people were like streaming it and like ads for it. I'm like, bro. I mean, hey man, keep happening. People enjoy these games, and it's still funny to this day. So any iteration that comes out, I'm with it.
Gotcha. All right, so
let's see.
We got a couple other stuff here as well. They threw in another sizzle reel shortly afterwards. The only thing that really caught my eye was really like Lego Horizon. That's still coming out, but that was just part of the sizzle reel.
That was interesting.
Yeah. Here, I got another one like following afterward. This is after the whole sizzle reel. I saw this and we talked about this with Phil in regarding the Marvelous like showcase. I believe that was like within like June or July. I don't recall exactly what it was. Also, just reading the chat real quick. Ebron was saying, "Hey, can we have a quick session to say happy birthday to Hatsune Miku?" Oh, sorry. Yeah, I did see that like earlier. So happy birthday, Hatsune Miku. I'm pretty sure if Nolan would jumped on that immediately. And also,
honestly, I'm gonna throw my little thing about Hatsune Miku. Okay. This is something I only saw on it was happening on Twitter. Somebody drew like a Brazilian Miku, like a fan Miku version of that.
Oh my god.
Funny stuff. She was very cute, as any Miku would be. And then it started like the craziest trend of all this other nonsense. Come to find out, Twitter's being banned in Brazil, so that sucks.
Oh,
that's just a I don't let me make it like it's kind of a downer, but like to appreciate the influence of Miku in any version she comes in. So yeah, happy birthday to Hatsune Miku. Like, goddamn.
Also,
like, what a crazy thing to happen.
Also, Mark, he was just saying like about his mic. We haven't heard anything from you, Mark, so you should be all right as long as that mic has just never left the room.
I think I heard her, but I was like, I want to talk about video games. I don't know. I don't want to be rude.
I got you. Here we go. So we talked about this as a marvelous like showcase thing. It was kind of a new take on Rune Factory. Rune Factory's been around for like a while. And I have Rune Factory 5 like as like a liquidized copy from Target, but that's my only like extent of experience, and I still haven't played that. But apparently
Liquid!
This is Bruh! But
yeah, go ahead.
this is a whole new take for Rune Factory, it would seem. It's called Rune Factory Guardians of Azuma. You can play as two different characters who will, I guess, essentially like go at like ends with each other. But it's an interesting, for what I understand, it's kind of an interesting mix of like kind of RPG. It's a farming sim as well. But I don't really have much else to say about that. I have to really see some gameplay into the works, because I don't know. I think I need to see a little bit more. But it is definitely ambitious. Yeah.
Because I was like, the dragon and the character models look pretty interesting.
Yeah.
And then you look at the environments, it's like smoothed out, like on some.
Mm-hmm.
Can I even say Pokemon? Pokemon like Sword and Shield. Can I even say that? Like, it's funny because I was looking at the chat, like the character, the girl character, she's standing on a hill.
Oh.
And again, I'm not super picky about it, but it is kind of funny to see that where like she's got like some good ass shading, like the detail in some of her clothing, like it gets the job done for her. And then like she's standing over these houses, and I'm like, I don't know if this perspective is a little weird, but like either the houses are like
small,
not getting she's like towering over these things, like dang, she's a giant. But like I don't know. But again, it's not that crazy. It kind of just feels like what I would assume when games don't have like crazy textures or any of those like demanding graphics, it's gonna lend itself to something else important in the game, like whatever function or whatever coding. I don't know. Like we don't need to focus on the detail. We just need to focus on like the interaction of the games and everything in it.
I feel that because I think this is one of those games where like it's just like Rise or Atelier series, and it's also like East, where I think in Falcom games I would say that like the visuals aren't like their biggest like focus per se, but moreover they definitely wanted to kind of like drive the experience forward for people, whether it be like the music, whatever combat they got going on, and then like visuals kind of take like less priority. And I would say that
I feel it.
I'm thinking about Sword and Shield. Like, I think Sword and Shield had like a really good art style to it. When you're just kind of like in their just generated worlds, when you're going out into like the open area, that's where it kind of like takes a hit, because that's definitely not like that wasn't like their attention to detail.
Yeah, no, I feel you.
But yeah, I kind of just want to see more about this one, because like obviously it's RPG, it's like farm based, but they also have like a lot of like character interaction stuff and romance like options here and there. So I'm curious about that. And that was kind of like one of the last things, except for like this final thing, which was to introduce like the Yakuza series into like the Nintendo Switch. And I'm trying to remember what was this one. It was Yakuza Kiwami, I believe.
Kiwami?
Yeah. Essentially is kind of like a good starting point for the Yakuza series, and I guess they're really just kind of putting these over to the Switch, and you know what? Better late than never. That's all I gotta say. Although I think Phil said differently. He's like, that's a little too late, but nah, let's just give it to people. Especially if you're fighting. What was the
last thing I saw?
Throw a chair.
Because I was thinking like the brawling in that game is great though. Actually, fucking style change. I would think like damn, what am I trying to think? Okay, that makes sense. Sorry, I was looking at what's his face again? The fucking Rune Factory thing being played. I was like, okay, that makes sense. All right, she is smaller than the house. Oh my god. But the thing with Yakuza, I've always heard about the series and just assumed different about it. I didn't know it was this kind of beat 'em up game. I thought it was gonna be like some. Honestly, I didn't even know it was Sega for a while. I was just like, what? Telling me these fools are fucking. I didn't know they was pulling this off. At some point, I want to put time into it.
Me too.
Especially because I'm always a fan of like, fucking beat 'em ups. Like any hack and slash beat 'em up, or where you're like fighting a bunch of characters. That's always fun to me.
Yeah.
And then like the fact that this game, until you play it, you wouldn't know that it has like some of the fun, like the type of humor it has in that game. I thought it was a serious game.
Oh, really?
Nah, man.
Yeah.
I was just assuming based off the cover. That's why.
Yeah. They kind of go off rails with this one. I think Like a Dragon seems to carry a lot more jokes on its sleeve. But that's just me.
I think it's worth it. I feel like Yakuza. I don't know when it started getting more recognition, like what year it started, but like now it's just kind of like normal to see it come around for like either memes or just like people appreciating the game's merit. So I mean, bro, like why not? Especially if it's a genre game I like. Beat 'em up. So I think if anything, I think that's pretty much all my play. It's been a good direct for all this stuff. I would say for me, because a lot of things I've missed out on, like I didn't realize the rap sheet of some of these titles that were mentioned, so I missed out on some of it. I wouldn't want to gauge it. I would hope to gauge it on like how much of a benefit it is to just introduce to new people. That's what I would base it off of. And if it's in a Nintendo Direct, it's gonna have more eyes on it.
Yeah.
But a good amount of people who already grew up with it or like had a whiff of these titles might already feel some kind of way. For me, if I want to invest in I don't know, hoping these games get like some kind of some benefit from all this noise, like supporting it would be a good thing to do. Yeah, look at this stuff, man. Come on, look at all these games. How many titles?
It's a solid lineup.
Yeah, like even for games I don't play, I probably never will. I probably will never play or own Five Nights at Freddy's, but I'm glad they got something. I'm glad they're some. They're still making moves and being put out there for like a general audience. It's cool.
That's fair.
Man, talk about a cultural fucking shockwave, like, bruh. Oh, I just saw like somebody put like a meme together where it's like Freddy Fazbear, but the Sonic 3 trailer. I'm like, what? What is it about this series that people are just so hooked onto? But again, something about it. Something about it. I don't want to dive into it though.
Cool. That's fair. Same here. I'm good.
Yeah, right. But I mean, they made it, man. Y'all mentioned it earlier. Y'all mentioned it about Goat Simulator. Like I've never played any of the games, but it's just a good pastime for all the people who like the meme humor in that game, because it is just like, what the fuck? You're playing as a goat. What else do you want?
Pretty much, that's what I feel. But that's actually pretty much everything as far as Indie World. That's everything for Partner Showcase. It was just a really strong like showcase that just came out of nowhere at the end of August, when we typically get like these presentations in like September, and I think we still will. So we'll see.
That would be cool if they're prepping for like all the stuff going on for New Year that hasn't been talked about. Because again, like even in the in the indie world, like I want to say that these are games, of course, that aren't necessarily new, but just put onto Nintendo. It's just new to them and their demographic. But as far as like new stuff to everybody, hopefully we get that. That'd be nice.
So I'm kind of curious, and before we jump into like some other bits of news like out there, I kind of wanted to do a little bit, just kind of like a read on like what y'all think about September as far as like presentations. I can tell you right now that Pokemon Presents will probably be there, but I'm wondering about Nintendo. What is Nintendo going to try to do? I guess by process of elimination, it would just be like a Nintendo Direct of first party. But would it be like, what about the successor? Is this the time to talk about that, or are we just focusing on like Switch games still?
Let me think. What was the last time they mentioned it? Like when they mentioned that it'll be brought up in the fiscal year.
Oh, that was like a while back. Yeah, but they were saying that they would announce the successor between the time frame of like the end of March of 2025 and I guess now.
Okay. Probably then, right? It'll probably be better to assume March. And the only reason I'm thinking that is because of all the stuff going on still with the Switch. Like we're still, what is that, like 7 months away? Still 7 months away from what they expect this thing to be like dived into. So, if they had to, well, matter of fact, it doesn't even have to be that, because I'm at least trying to give some kind of wiggle room. Let's give some wiggle room for, like, say they announce it, people are still gonna have to save up for it, I'd assume.
True. So they have to kind of give people some time to prep for that.
So, like, if I wanted to be generous, right? Let's say January. I would like start off the new year with like people getting set up for whatever this new version of the Switch is. Switch 2, I don't know. Switch Deus Machina, I don't know what they're gonna call it, but like it would be some other nonsense to where you're getting ready for like the evolution of the Switch. So, but then like again, like all these games, right? All these games to see what will cast the net on a different audience, like introducing you to new stuff, or like you getting prepped for a game that you waited for to be on this console, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I guess so.
And then what you mentioned with the Pokemon Showcase, that being in September, and then like expecting some other like single direct like partnership or whatever, something happening in September. What? And honestly, I don't know. Was there ever like a trend of directs happening in like October, November, or December?
I think November, but not really like October, from what I understand. Although I guess they,
right?
Yeah,
like,
I don't know.
Their plans are a little weird. Like I don't know, really like weird. Trying to get an idea how they would execute all this stuff while acknowledging that we're expecting the new console soon. It's like, well, damn. I would assume also that they're still going to accept the Nintendo Switch cartridges. Wouldn't it be kind of crazy if they didn't?
That's the backwards compatibility conversation for sure.
Yeah, like would they just bust? Well, they got to do like what 3DS, to the DS,
just where just add a little guy. At the end.
Just add a little hook. Like you can't put like your Nintendo Switch 2 cartridges in the old Nintendo
because it just wouldn't fit.
And, yeah, right. It won't work. Yeah, so it's like let's just keep that evolution of having your Nintendo Switch games that are still being announced and released, but you get to put in your new Switch model. So it's like, come on.
I feel that. I
feel like that's the best thing to do.
I think September. Because I think what we saw this past week as far as indie showcase indies and the partner showcase, it shows a really strong lineup just like for the later half of this year. And I don't know, maybe they could talk about. I'll be honest, I don't think they'll talk about like the successor in a September Direct this time around, because they are still pushing out like Switch games all the way up to like 2025, and that's with like Pokemon ZA. And Pokemon Presents could freely talk about that. They could take the entire time that they want to, and Nintendo will back them up for it. And I just this is kind of tough to really say, but I think that Nintendo still has like some first parties that they might want to try to like put out there, like maybe to fill in the gaps of like, the rest of like the year, if not maybe like early, but that's a little bit like ahead of the time. So maybe they just won't. Maybe they won't actually have a September Direct, and they'll just leave it to Pokemon, and then they'll maybe do something in November where the kind of makes more sense. And
yeah, honestly, I want to be a little bit more optimistic of prepping for the new model, because it is feeling kind of weird. I want to say like maybe January, just being nice, but I'm leaning more towards March.
Yeah, well, it's hard to say because I'd like to go based off of what they did with the Nintendo Switch, because they essentially, I'm trying to remember if they announced it in a September thing or November, but I remember that they did like 2 or 3 like follow-ups where they would talk about, the actual features of the Nintendo Switch, and then we talk about the games for Nintendo Switch. But here it's a little bit different because the Switch is so successful. Would they really want to try to overstep and be like, oh, well, while these games are coming out, let's talk about the new console that you want to invest in? And
yeah, like the time to mention it is weird. So, I mean, what was it? It came out in March 2017, didn't it? Yeah, March 3rd.
Yeah.
So spring. Like I was trying to think of it seasonally. So
maybe
if you do something to start off the spring season, and then I don't know, it kind of fell at a good month, I guess, because right after winter, get your tax returns, all that good stuff. Whatever the nonsense you have to do in terms of prepping to have this console like within reach. So these games being released, like what else? Damn, that is crazy. Because even the stuff that we got during this direct, like what games are coming out in 2025 with a release date? Like I don't think I saw. Or be honest, I'm blanking out. I can't remember, but still.
No, you're right for feeling that because I'm trying to remember too. Because I think it's Pokemon Legends ZA, and then there's Donkey Kong, which is just January. So they do need to kind of create a path forward for the later later half or the first half of 2025. Otherwise, we kind of don't really know. So I don't know.
Yeah, no mention of what is it? No mention of let me think. Like anything past March.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
And I'd assume, right? Oh, hold on. We probably should use like the DS and then the 3DS as like reference points. How many games were being released for the DS even though the 3DS was still out? Was that a thing still?
I don't think so, right? I don't remember. I wish I knew. I
wish I knew. Not, right? Yeah, just like if not, we can still kind of base it off of like there's still Nintendo Switch games coming out, but they'll be compatible with your 3DS. Or like knowing that they're focusing on what is it? Your the new console, like the 3DS sales are coming out. Just know that you can't play it on your previous DS. You can't do that. So maybe,
they were pretty big with backwards compatibility, except for like when it came to like the Switch initially coming out. That was a whole new thing. They didn't want to have anything to do with the Wii U.
Holy.
But it's different now.
Crazy.
It's way different now. But you know what?
There's got to be.
I got a little bit of insight. So Pokemon has like their own presents, and they do it for like September, and they do it for February. So for 2025 February, they will typically talk about like a new like Pokemon game. So the issue is that like, well, is it coming out for Switch at that point, like this new title, or are they going to be like this is when the successor would be already announced? So
I see you.
So I think we're talking about like a ballpark of it's tough to say. I don't think September is where they're going to be talking about it, but they might talk about it like in November or something like pretty much like around holiday stuff that they'll actually talk about like, okay, this is what we got cooking. And then maybe in December or January, we'll like follow up with like some like spec stuff. And that's followed with the release date of possibly May, maybe May, March, like at the earliest. But yeah.
Okay, I see you. Okay. I'm trying to compile some things together as far as like trying to get like an idea. I'm sorry, what game is this?
Also,
Senran Kagura.
Oop.
Sorry.
Who put that there?
I was like, can I get a list of Nintendo 3DS games? And the first thing I saw was like the fucking Senran Kagura. That's crazy. Anyway, let's look at some other stuff.
Ibrahim, just put your attention. Yeah, he was saying that. Also, remember when people first got their Switch, they immediately broke it and hacked it. That's the thing. Every single generation, everyone hacks into like their stuff because they want to get into like the new stuff because that's where like a lot of the fail safes aren't there. So that's why
that is annoying.
Yeah, like if you're looking to try to like hack your like new system, it has to be kind of like around the release year model. of it. Otherwise, they really like kind of go into it, and they will make it even harder to like break into that thing.
Is this a video idea?
I mean,
is this a video idea? Trying to figure out like. Well, first of all, this is just a random idea. I thought. Also, the last game to release on the DS was what? The Barbie Dreamhouse Party. Okay, that's good.
She's holding it down.
Yeah, bro, they was really on it. It was like, bro, you could fucking you get ready for the Barbie movie. You just didn't know it. That's crazy. And what year? 2013 was the last DS game released.
2013.
Wow. Yeah, 2013.
It looks like the 3DS. Looks like it released in 2021.
I'm sorry.
That's a pretty big like time to just kind of like have. Well, I mean, Barbie's. I don't know how consistently DS games came out during that time window. So,
well, hold on. No. What the 3DS was made like fucking. Wow, my internet's pissing me off. But yeah, come on. It's fucking 2011. God.
2011.
So whoa. You know how much was a 3DS when it came out?
It was pretty expensive.
Oh,
a lot of people were like,
dude, $250.
I could have sworn it was a little bit more than that, but yeah, it was still pretty expensive.
It was like let's see, for 3DS in 25,000 yen in Japan. Ooh. I don't know what A is. What the hell is that? Is that Australia? Oh, it's the Australian dollar. It was $350 in Australia, about $250 for us. And then like what is it? The 3DS XL was $200. What the heck is what is a 3DS LL? What is that?
3DS LL. I think that was their own version of the XL that we got.
That it looks like it was only Japan that got it. It's showing it in the yen, so I was like, wow, that's interesting.
Gotcha.
Anyway, this is more like me just trying to get like an idea, right? Because both DS and Switch handheld, pretty cool stuff. Got a crazy catalog of games that go there. Also, I want to assume like indie developers had a good chance of being on the store, the Nintendo store on the 3DS. So we're kind of getting that. We're getting all these indie developers, good and bad, mind you, because holy hell, we were looking at the when we were looking at the store yesterday with Phil, bro. What's up with all these AI, fucking these generated photos for people to sell their games? Horrendous. So it's like, geez, man.
Yeah, they gotta work with that.
Getting the. It's
it's tough.
I feel like they're trying to do it just to be like as open as possible for anybody, because like even though it's open for like these bad developers, like who are just trying to get a quick buck, there's still at least a chance for like at least a passionate developer who's trying to just get something out there as far as like a project. Let's see. So we got this coming out in 2011, and then what was the last game that was released on a DS? Because
according
3DS, I mean.
Yeah, according to just a simple Google search, and miles may vary with that, but one pop-up, it shows Big Hero 6 Battle in the Bay, which released in October 28th 2014. Yeah, 2020 is crazy, bro. Is that limited run thing?
Nut. It's like coming to you as soon as possible. Oh man. Wow, look at all these games.
It's insane. There's a lot of them.
There's a lot of unreleased stuff too, so that's interesting. Like games that weren't released in certain nations, like some released in Japan, some not released out in Japan.
Yeah, I feel that.
Wow,
stuff. Wow.
So let's see. God, this is so dope. I think it's super interesting to sort this out. Try to get an idea of what they're doing.
Speaking of limited run, I just said that, but like they had a blowout sale like earlier today, and actually, ayo. But wait, hold on. Let me see if you can actually like do a couple things with this, because like I don't actually know the time frame in which they're doing it. Oh, I guess you can actually get them now, but just an FYI for everybody, in case you missed something.
Hey, pretty All right, so last game on DS, right? The initial DS. Also having the function of playing Game Boy Advance games. Haha, backwards compatibility.
There we go.
The last thing I'm seeing, at least for 3DS, as far as like its games, the last game released was what? Silver Falls, Gaiden, Deathly Delusion. Oh my goodness, what the hell is this? This was released last year in March. So like they had games like as of within the past year. So that's interesting, right? Okay. Let me try to see. And then knowing that like what? The DS 2 years after the 3DS was released, they stopped making games 2 years after it released. So that I'm trying to think of like a pattern, right? Say about it for like the Switch. The Switch, we're probably gonna have like a good amount of games coming out for the Switch, the first Switch. And then what, like 2 years after it's done with this cycle, the games that are playable on the Nintendo Switch 1 can still be played on the second Nintendo Switch.
Oh, pretty
so
much.
They can do that. It won't be like you're missing out on all these games that are being announced right now while we're still aware that Nintendo Switch 2 is going to be like what they didn't say release next year, right? They said it's just going to be talked about of March next year, right?
They didn't say anything about that, but we can probably guess that they want to announce and release it within like a short time frame, relatively.
They technically could, yeah, because what? It's been 7 years. 7 years since the Switch came out. We passed that. We passed that in March already. So yeah, it's 8th year. Will be pretty cool. Let's go ahead and have a chance to what's his face? A chance to. I wouldn't be against it coming out next year. It makes the most sense.
Yeah, I mean, I've always been open with that.
Yeah, we're not gonna wait like another fucking 3 years. It's like happy 10th anniversary, and out of nowhere, like Switch 2, haha. Like that's not gonna happen.
Crazy. There's a lot of good games still coming out. Oh, also I want to like just kind of like sew up like the conversations about like the successor for Switch 2, because I think that's just something that's way out of our like range for us to like really get like an actual handle on. I wanted to say that we have some common examples of current gen games having prior gen releases still. PlayStation. I'm telling you right now, PlayStation 4 has like a large library, dude. Because they're still making well, actually, albeit Xbox One's the same case, but like those consoles came out in 2020.
Honestly, I think
almost a full 4 years.
What's up with them? Honestly, with this whole the impact of the lockdowns and the COVID mess being done and dealt with now, like picking themselves up again. That's probably why they're doing a bunch of other silly nonsense, which again, probably shouldn't be doing all those weird risky moves where they close studios that actually get you money, so you can risk it on that dumb mess. But I don't know. They're very weird about it.
Yeah, we only get a couple of like exclusive like games too. Only a few of them.
We got to sort that stuff out. Like I have no idea though. I would like to think that like geez, man. Or hold on. Maybe there has to be something I want to look into when it comes to like when they port indie games over and give them like a console release. Like how much of a benefit is that to like the publishers like Sony or like all the companies? I wonder how much of a benefit that is.
You see, tough to say.
Because aside from just like
they gotta take a portion out of it.
Yeah, but just like aside from just console sales in general, like what other benefit do you get? I would assume you get to see the demographics of who are these people buying these games and what system is most likely to accommodate those games better than the other. Because what is it? Most of the time you would assume like the bigger consoles will work out because they have more power to work with, whereas like the Switch lacking power and all that stuff, right? So there's going to be like some cuts they do to make it even function. But accessibility is always something I'll give the Switch. Like taking shit on the go is always a cool hook, and you can like you could be versatile with that. That's a huge hook for them. So when they pass that barrier with the second one, because it's definitely going to be stronger, they there's so much they can do. There's so much potential they have with that to have an even bigger catalog. So like, why not? Again, this is just me shilling for the indie games. Honestly, just keep an eye on it. Just get a Steam account. Tell Miyamoto. Tell everybody. Tell everybody. Kojima. I don't know. Just tell all the big names. Just keep your eyes on there, and I swear to God, you'll find somebody. You're gonna find people worth like investing to.
Damn, dude. I was kind of thinking like, okay, so we're hitting that. We've been hitting that 2-hour mark, and I was trying to find a way to like get that last point across before we go ahead and wrap things up. But there's not really a smooth transition to it, so I'm gonna just go ahead and drop it. I wanted to talk just real briefly about the Legend of Zelda game, Echoes of Wisdom, or not Echoes of Wisdom. Well, no, actually, yeah, it is Echoes of Wisdom.
Yeah.
Dude, they dropped another trailer for that one. They didn't need to do it, but they did it anyway. It's essentially, I wouldn't say it's like.
Let's talk about it.
It's not the equivalent to the depths. The depths are crazy, and they didn't even talk about that.
Honestly, I didn't watch it, so go ahead and break it down, homie.
Oh, cool. Okay. So they talk about this new world that you'll be able to like go into a little bit. It's kind of, I wouldn't say it's equivalent to I would say, the depths. I would say it's kind of close to the Twilight world and Twilight Princess, where if there's sectioned off areas where you're going to be traversing a little bit and you're going to see some weird freaky stuff, but you'll only be able to like really work with that for like temporary like places or temporary bits of time, limited dungeon stuff, but it's just like a whole different world. That's what I'm trying to get at. And there is a little bit of parallels with that in Tears of the Kingdom. I might be reaching at that point because I think with the introductions of like other dungeons in those worlds, it's kind of interesting. They actually give you another ability like for Zelda, and essentially it's Link mode. But it's a very
I did notice the Sword Fighter,
yeah, Sword Fighter, not Sword Fighter Kirby, Sword Fighter Zelda, where she has the ability, and you could just toggle it with a certain button. But it's a gauge that only gets refilled after going into like the still worlds for a little bit and collecting particles like from there. Because I guess you could think of them as like little tiny shard pieces that would resemble the hero. And Zelda is able to just kind of like tap into that and just use like Link mechanics when you otherwise would have to like stick with Zelda stuff. So interesting little bit that they want to add into that. I thought they were going to go full send on Zelda, and they still are, but they also are going to add in a little bit of Link stuff. So curious that they added that, and the fact that they just had this whole other trailer because the game is coming out next month. It's crazy.
Oh, I did see something interesting when I saw like the design of it. Mm-hmm. There was I forgot where they showcased this at. The timeline with the Zelda games.
Oh, yeah, I did see that a lot.
All right, so we all know that Skyward Sword is like the initial one as far as the timeline goes, right?
Sure.
The Sword Fighter Zelda, somebody mentioned that the design that she has could give like something like paying homage to the design that Fee has, where she's like all stoned out, and she's like a jade kind of like figure or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It was pretty cool.
It's a nice touch, actually.
It was like one of those things where you can acknowledge like there's some mix of whatever, I don't know how they're gonna do it, but like whatever timeline they got going on and how they interlock with the games before and after or whatever. Because honestly, I don't know what the heck the timeline is for Echoes of Wisdom. I'm not sure. I saw that when they showed when they were showing the timeline, and you see Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, no lines connecting to it. It's like its own thing. Yeah, it's like just a line like cutting off, like no, you don't cross this, and you just get the
no, it's not like that. Pretty much.
Yeah, it's crazy because while having all those games being mentioned in Breath of the Wild, so it's like I don't know, they're probably still like sorting it out, but just knowing that every other game has been connected. I think not all the games. I don't think every game was connected. Yeah. But they connected Wind Waker, they connected Ocarina of Time, Link to the Past, Link's Awakening. Like they connected those.
Sure that.
But yeah, it was super cool. It's super cool because like Fee's design is super cool for it, and then Fee being the Master Sword, and then now you're seeing Sword Fighter Zelda adopting some kind of like design looking like Fee. Pretty cool, pretty good stuff. You'll have to see it.
You know, I think that timeline that you're referencing may have came from PAX West. Because Nintendo was there. They had a presence over there. And they actually had demos. They had the playable demo of this game. And I'm like,
oh, look at us getting scuffed.
Look at us. Where were we? I'm
talking about Zelda.
I'm gonna talk to you guys legitimately about like planning things out for PAX.
Dude, do you want to go to PAX?
I want to go to PAX, man. Like we missed out.
Yeah.
Like we talk about video games over here, but like that was the place. That was the place where they had all the games. I mean, Evo's good. Evo's good. They have all the fighting games and like new stuff, but you know, PAX just has like whole loot. They have a whole like slew of things.
I don't want to go there anymore.
You had me, but then I left.
What kind of games are we playing here? That'd be crazy.
That'd be crazy. That's not the Zelda I recognize. Whoa! What's it called? The Legend of Zelda? The Wind?
Yeah, the Wind is nasty. I'm not trying. I'm not trying it out.
A Link to Link?
Hold on, let me see if I want to see if I can find it again. Because honestly, well, man, now I got to think about other conventions. Because I was like, what other conventions would I like to go to?
I mean, there's a lot of cool. I guess there's anime and there's also like other like retro gaming stuff. But I don't know. I've been looking at like some of the more established ones and say like, is that something I really want to go into? Because I mean, PAX West is like it's up there, but I've never been, so might be nice. Might be nice.
Yeah, that'd be a future thing we'll plan out. We'll see how it works.
Okay, because I don't want to like set up conventions where they're like just a month apart. So like each month I'm just going to one. That seems a little much, but I also am not absolutely saying no to that.
Yeah, honestly, I got my tickets for DreamCon next year, but I think the only ones I really want to dedicate to would be DreamCon, Evo, and then what?
TwitchCon or
SoCal Gaming Expo?
SoCal Gaming, yeah. You already said TwitchCon,
TwitchCon,
right?
to be honest, yeah, TwitchCon, we're still going, right? But I'm just trying to think of maybe. I think I want to, but I just got to think about how I want to invest time into like saving up for it, because I try to give every convention a purpose. Most of the conventions, like the three I mentioned, is me going to, play in Tekken tournaments. So, like, aside from just like being a convention goer, I still have the benefit of like participating in some event there. TwitchCon, you know what? If they started doing things that are accommodate for like the fighting game community, I'll probably be a little bit more invested. Aside from just being can I even call myself a Twitch streamer? I don't know, but that's an idea. Whenever I start streaming a little bit more consistently, I can probably do that for something. But honestly, I think that would be the thing. When I start streaming more, that way, at least when we go to meet people, I don't want to. I'll say it since we're live streaming. All right, I usually say this off stream, right? I usually say this off stream, but like I know that collaborations and all that stuff is super important. Like it would be cool to like meet up with communities and people that are in the same vein as us, but it's not my goal. I know it's a huge benefit, but it's not a goal of mine necessarily. It's just like I don't want to meet with a bunch of weirdos. Right?
Potentially.
Right? Like you could be weird, but not a weirdo. You know what I mean?
You could be weird, but just don't cross that line. You know?
For real, it's like let's be homies and be respectful. Y'all weird sometimes.
Just putting out there.
It gets annoying sometimes. Yeah. Matter of fact, I think I've said it before. I think I've said it on stream before, at least on mine. But
yeah, at least on yours.
Yeah.
No,
like collaborations and stuff. yeah, collaborations will happen in the future at some point, but networking at TwitchCon is cool. Or just like, I don't know. The event itself is fun. I remember going when we went last year and I got to play Tekken 7 on this like it was that military one. Was it?
Were you playing you're playing like they had like different games set up. Not just fighting games.
Yeah,
they also had they had Mario Kart.
I think they did have Mario Kart, right? At the Navy? Yeah. Oh, you're right, it did. It was just like fighting games, and then there was like, here's some Mario Kart. Because we had they gave because I still have this pin they gave me, the Navy stem. It was really cool. So that was nice as far as like seeing anything for fighting games. I guess like another thing is being a convention goer, meeting streamers you like. Some of the ones I like might be there, but not ones I actually want to like take the time to meet. Because I feel like, those meetups are crazy.
I think it's kind of insane, actually. If you're really invested in
I think I'm cool.
I think I am too. I like just going because like you kind of get the scene. Like they know what they're all about, and they know what like kind of people the events, and also like the vendors too. Like they know what's going on.
Yeah. No, you're right. I get you. But if we were to plan for all these other conventions on top of those, we just have to give purpose to the ones we go to.
Yeah.
Like, what's the goal? And
spending money, that's what it is, pretty much.
Dude, that's them. Yeah, they definitely want us to spend money. But holy hell, bro. We'll figure it out, though. It's going to be cool stuff.
Yeah.
We got it.
All right. I think that's everything, though. That should be everything.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty much spent.
Gotcha. All right, we'll go ahead. We'll wrap it up here. Thank you guys so much for tuning in for this episode of DangIT Prodcast. It's been episode 517. My name is Justin.
I'm Aniyah.
Mark was here. He's still prepping over there, but we'll go ahead and call it here for everybody. And thanks for watching, everybody. #bye, everyone.